$1,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Hey, chill seekers, I've got something mind-blowing for you, and it's the Kava Social Club. If you haven't tried it yet, you're missing out on the Kava and Kratom drinks. They are delicious. It's time to forget the stereotypes. These smooth, flavorful blends are perfect for unwinding after a long day. Trust me, your taste buds and your stress levels will thank you. If you're ready to elevate your chill, head to the Kava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, where good vibes and great people meet. Check them out on all your social medias at Kava Social Club.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Here we go. All systems go.
This is the true story about Mac. Check it.
Times are changing, more so each year. But the early morning Stone Pimp is here.
3, 2, 1.
People are expecting quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. We're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
And those cars are going real fast and real laugh, son.
But he's gay. He's blind.
You ready?
Oh, wait. So we're just gonna wing it?
There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
And now.
Right now.
Now, it's Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
And I be catching them northern fight like on the 10-pound test. Smoke sex, never fast, take a guess. I be the early morning Stone Pimp. Straight limping, booze farm drinking. At the party, big booty pinching. Chilling like a villain. Balloon filling, whack MC killing. The fine hoe drilling with the $1 million talent and the 10-cent brain.
Been gone too long, too much cocaine.
But now that I'm back on the block, I'm ready to rock left to right all
That scared
night.
me.
My game's tight. I
That
wish
scared
you
me.
might take a bite.
Hello. For some of us in this room, yet to be determined, it's our little baby infant, still in the cradle baby Friday around here. I know a lot of people working a lot of different schedules all week long with the 4th looming. The Bone will be here for you no matter what you're doing. I know that starting tomorrow, I believe, Mike O show is filling in for JP.
Correct.
Is that going? I just heard JP today. So he's leaving for Italy like now, and then he's not coming back until right before the beach bash?
Yeah, he'll be back. I think he said the Wednesday before. He'll do a live show from New York, and then I think as Thursday as well. And then Friday he'll just do it with us at the beach bash.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to get. That's when you know you've made it in radio.
Yes,
like,
sir.
I'm going to Italy for 2 weeks, and they deserve it, and they could take as much time as they want, and nobody could ever say a damn word, rightfully so. Thank you to JP, by the way. I don't say thank you to him and you and Monica and everybody on that show enough for a great lead-in. I've learned over the years that having somebody really, really good before you makes the world of difference, and you guys are absolutely that. So thank you to JP. As always, so I have so many things in my mind today, and I have to say, right as I was walking in the studio, I got myself worked into a frenzy. And the thing is that there's got to be one other man, or I guess woman in this world that knows what I'm going through. And I think we had,
yeah. I wasn't sure if that's where you were going with it, so I was like...
No, wait, what did I just say? Do you remember the last couple words I said?
About someone else going through it with you.
Going through it. And when it comes to the 1 o'clock word, that's what I'm getting at, is that when it's the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday, and you've got your opportunity to win $1,000 all these times a day, the weight of that on your heart can be a lot for some, but not for me, because the 1 o'clock word is party. I like to party. You like to party. All you've got to do is go to the 102.5 The Bone app. You have until 30 minutes past the top of the hour to go to the Bone app and put in the word party. That is PARTY. You will have 2 more opportunities just in this show alone to get your name and your entry in to win $1,000. That is Mike. I do find it interesting that every week it's been it's been misspelled in the email. Mike Calta's name.
Yeah, with a C, right? Sorry, right? Yeah. That's so weird.
How is, if nobody else, how is Mike Calta not replied to this and say, hey, bro, that's what, because who is this? Oh, this is Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Mike pulled a power move, misspelling Calta's last name. Per the email, Mike Calta's, with an E, Summer Vacay Payday. So go get that money. But I was being disingenuous. That's not what I was actually about to talk about, if I'm being honest with you. So I don't know if you remember this, but 2 weeks ago when Danielle was in here, I was so excited because she wrote a little note on her stories that she sent us, and she said something about being obsessed with Facebook Marketplace. And then her and I talked for a while, and I shared with her and you and the world that I'm going through this constant battle where Danielle, my wife, is always trying to meet up with strangers.
Yes.
In and around Tampa Bay. So this has affected my life twice today already. So at some point, I've just been feeling weird this week. I'm trying to power through it. I think I caught your super spreader disease that you and JoJo and everybody were passing around.
Yeah, kumbaya.
So I was kind of resting a little bit before I got up and came in, and then she comes in and she goes, "Hey, someone's about to be here." And I go, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean someone's out here? She goes, "Oh, well, I bought a bike off of Facebook, and somebody's about to be here." And she's like, "So I think you should get up, and make sure that like they're not gonna kill me or kill us or whatever." So I begrudgingly get up, and I'm like, "Okay." And what do you know? Here comes this nice old lady with a bike. My niece and nephew, they've been living in New Zealand for almost 2 years, and they have returned to America, and next week they're staying with us. So Danielle got a bike for my nephew, and that's what the bike was for. So needless to say, and the funny thing is, she's not in the car yet. So then seconds before we're about to go on the air, seconds before I walk in that door, she sends me a picture, and it's this picture right here, okay? And I'm not showing anybody the picture, but I just want Diz to see the picture. Okay? I don't know what that is. That could be AI. What the hell is that picture? It means nothing to me. I get no commentary with it at all. I just get the picture. And so I'm walking in and I go, okay, she just sent me a picture of a family.
Yeah.
Which, now that I look at the picture, looks fake. Looks like these people have been copy and pasted into some sort of AI family scenario. They're sitting on a swing, 2 children, a mama and a papa. And then I get the picture and I work around here to the board. And then seconds before we really go on air, I get a message that says, "I'm meeting this lady at a 7-Eleven, blank, 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 blank at 3:15. Like somehow it's well established. I don't like the idea of meeting strangers out and whatever. So, everything's fine. But what does this do for me? Like if she were to be kidnapped, all I would have is a picture of a family that's probably fake.
Yeah.
Like I go to the police and I go, hey, these are the people that took my wife.
And then the police go, well, we just looked it up. That family actually lives in Omaha.
Yeah, or whatever it may be. Though, yeah, we have determined that was an AI that was an AI generated photo. And it's just what I was getting to before I totally didn't forget the word was there's got to be other men out there, other people that are going through this scenario where like she thinks I'm crazy for thinking that it's crazy to go meet strangers to pick up used goods in parking lots.
Yes.
Am I crazy?
I think just because it's a public parking lot doesn't mean you're safe, and people tend to forget that. Well, yeah. But I do understand, like, if you want stuff, you have to meet up with these people.
But I also, like, what is the line here? Like, how many... I mean, I would go as far as to say, and this isn't an average for the year, but in the last couple months, she's probably been in 5 to 6 different random parking lots in different places meeting up with people. And here's the thing. Last time I shared a story when Danielle was in here that she wanted to buy this folding table. It was this like nice folding table. And she tells me where she's going and she gives me the address. So I put the address in on my phone and I do the Google Street View. It's over in Tampa. I don't know any other way to say this, but it's in a bad part of town. Like you automatically can see from the pictures, it's in a bad part of town.
Yeah, West Tampa.
So we kind of go back and forth about it, and she's like, well, I'll call you when I get there. So I turn around. She had called me, and I missed it. So I start calling her. She's not answering. I'm like, well, this is it. Hope everybody learned their lesson. She's been abducted, and I'll be on a Dateline soon enough.
My sweet wife stolen for a lamp.
And
she wants to get $20 off.
It was a folding table. It was a green folding table. So she goes and gets it, and when she comes home, she's just like, yeah, doesn't really say much about it. And then probably 2 weeks later, I bring it up again, and she goes, yeah, I never really said anything about it. She goes, but yeah, that was the worst decision I've made yet. She goes, that place was real sketchy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured that. So I'm going through the life of not knowing if my wife will be around by the time I get done with the show today.
And her solution was, well, just have them here and let them case our house.
Well, and I would rather that maybe.
Really?
But why don't if it was,
I don't want strangers.
If it was a random parking lot somewhere or my house, I would at least feel good in the moment. I guess like you're saying, they could just be plotting out for our later abduction murder.
Yeah, they're like, let me use the bathroom real quick. Unlock the window. I'll be back tonight.
Welcome to Senning Show. My name's John Senning. That man over there is Dizzy. You want to participate in the program today? We absolutely love it. 800-771-1025. People are really gravitating to the YouTube. If you did not know, we are being streamed live on YouTube. And also, it's a great way that if you don't get to listen to all the show, which a lot of people don't, and I think that we can forget that sometimes. People are in and out of their car for 5-10 minutes. It's a great thing. You can throw it on the big screen at the end of the day, and people are really enjoying watching the program on the 102.5 The Bone YouTube as well as Facebook. And you can hit us on social media at The John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. And the tie-in to the YouTube was, I absolutely love, I don't say it enough, for all the love we give to so many different restaurants and places around Tampa Bay, there is one place I eat more than any other place in the world, and it is Thai Walk. It is on 4th Street North. It is right here next to the radio station. It is a family-owned business. It's been around for, I think, 30 years. I love Thai. I eat Thai. I've eaten Thai at every place in St. Pete, and every chance I get an opportunity. This is the best Thai on planet Earth, I think. And that needs to be known. If you're looking for good Thai, go there. But I walk in, and he goes, Henry, shout out to Henry, who I hope is going to watch this eventually. He's working. They're very busy right now. But I go to get my meal, and they're very busy, and he's kind of rushing around, and he gives me my ticket. He goes, and he just kind of leans in. He goes, man, what's up with that lady? And I'm like, what? He goes, that lady that's got a problem with you. What's her deal?
Oh.
And I never knew him to listen to the show. Like, he knew we were on the radio and stuff, but I never knew him to know anything. And I go, oh, man, you're talking about the JoJo saga. Yeah. He goes, oh, yeah, man, I watch the show every night now on YouTube when I get home.
Nice.
And he was fully invested in the Senning JoJo debacle. And, chalk one for Team Senning.
Yeah.
And Henry's on my side. So shout out to everybody at Thai Walk. And if you've never had it, I think of all these people that are like influencers now that are going around St. Pete and Tampa and posting all of these videos. somebody needs to go. I might have to be the one to step up and do a proper, expose.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Can an
Probably
expose
not.
be a good thing? A proper deep dive review on Thai Walk.
Okay.
And then maybe it would go viral because I feel like for all the foodies around town, they need to know that this is the freshest, most delicious Thai.
With the YouTube, I would say to a lot of people out there, I know a complaint on the app.
Maybe, I think you might get your YouTube ads, right? Which is
I
maybe
don't think
5
so, 'cause
seconds at a time.
It's a live stream, so I don't think, maybe if you go replay it, maybe there's some ads, but the live stream, there's no ads.
Not much. I have many other things. This is a little tease for what I'm about to get into. We may be losing a friend of the show. Somebody that we thought we were going to bring into their inner circle, somebody who appeared on the show a few weeks ago. He's a bit of a famous figure. We may have to turn our back on him, maybe. Or we may just need to get the truth. I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell you what's going on here in a second. Welcome to Senning Show. You're on the air. Who's this?
What's up, John? This is Eric. Ariel. How's it going?
Wait, what?
Eric or Ariel? You said
I feel
two names.
You said two names. Eric, Ariel?
Yeah.
All right, what's up, Eric?
Hey, man. So pretty much, I have a suggestion. I know you're worried about your wife. Why don't you just have her go to like a police station?
Didn't Danielle mention that?
Yeah, no. Well, I mentioned it. I mentioned it to her because it is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mentioned that, my friend. I have mentioned that many a times. I don't know if it's just too much of a hassle or what it may be. Because the other thing is, if I may tell you the truth, Ariel, there was a period of time where it was kind of like, well, then you just come with me.
No.
And then I was like, this is going to sound terrible. What would I prefer, to go with her or have her abducted? But then it was like all the time. It was like, hey, we're getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to meet a guy in West Chase for a lamp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be there for everyone. But yes, that is a responsible, legitimate reaction, and it should be what's happening, but it just hasn't yet. So thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Sorry.
And if both you kidnapped, who's going to, do the detective work?
Well, I guess you could kidnap me. If it came down to it.
Anyone could get kidnapped.
Yeah, if you I would say chloroform. Like, I just don't know how you get me.
Chloroform, I heard, doesn't even work like that. Like in the movies, just put it over.
Yeah.
Person's like, ugh, they're out. That's not a real thing.
Dude, they chloroformed people in that scary movie I told you about yesterday.
Oh,
he's out
the
there.
woods? Yeah,
he's
yeah.
out there. I think you'd have to probably have.
They'd have to knock you over the head, I think.
Oh, yeah. But out in public, I feel like that would draw a lot of attention. Maybe not. Maybe not a quick.
Well, if you're in the Publix thing and they're like, yeah, it's just right there in the trunk. Why don't you reach in? And when you do,
boom, just
knock you over and just.
Like a hammer?
No, because that might kill you. Like a baton type thing, like a steel pipe type thing.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
You know, like a hammer with the hammer part, just the handle type thing.
Just a hammer.
Yeah.
A hammer handle.
Yeah.
That should do it. So I don't know if this woman is just now speaking out, but it's getting tons of run this morning, and it feels like it's the first time that she's actually speaking out, because a few weeks ago, we were joined, and we even talked about doing stuff with him in the future. We were joined by Joe Exotic. And Joe Exotic told us, and has told everybody for years, that he's trying to get a pardon, and that he didn't actually set up a murder for hire on Carol Baskin. Well, it turns out that there was video that the jury watched that we were not privy to, that the public never actually saw. So now the juror is going out and did an interview with Crime TV and talked a little bit about the video that she saw.
There were recordings that we got to hear where he actually hired the hitman. Actually, with the FBI agent.
I'm having technical.
I was like, would you do that purposely?
No.
Could have convicted him on both counts of that, just based on that one.
The video's not playing. All you need to know is that they had these videos of him going to like multiple different hitmen to try and set this up. One specifically, they watched a hidden video of Joe making an $11,000 deal with a hitman to kill Carol Baskin in a mall parking lot. And they were actually, from what they understand, there was actually hidden camera footage of this lady parked next to Carol Baskin's car. And for whatever reason, it didn't go on. Joe offered to provide the FBI undercover. It was an FBI undercover. On the second one, he offered to provide him with a gun that he said he bought from the flea market. So, I'm really bummed out.
Recording because he had said
it's not going to work. So the woulda, coulda, maybe Joe Exotic did this, maybe he's being railroaded, is becoming a little less possible because it turns out that they did have an FBI undercover hitman that he was trying to hire to kill Carol Baskin, and he even had a gun from the flea market.
Didn't they talk about in the show like how he had found someone that was like, oh yeah, I heard she's always riding her bike, Tampa Bay Trail.
Yeah.
And they're like, we could get her there. And then I thought one of the things was, because it was just so hard for him to find something, he's like, why don't we just rent a helicopter and drop grenades onto her land?
And it may have been all fun and games. The thing about hitmen, I wonder how many hitmen are actually ever even real, because like you hear everybody who tries to hire somebody to kill somebody, they end up getting a hold of somebody that's working for the FBI.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I would imagine that if you really are in the market for a hitman, you have to be like of a certain stature in life. Like the average person, outside of just finding somebody that you know that's willing to kill somebody, I don't think there is a place you can go to find a hitman. And if you go to that place, I think there's a pretty good chance that's going to be a police officer, an FBI agent.
I mean, these people they have no experience, obviously, in hiring hitmen. So they go, I'm going to go to Craigslist. I heard this is the key word you use. And then they hire that person. You can't go to Craigslist. It's not like you're helping people find people move for you. You're finding a hitman. You're not going to get that on Craigslist. You got to know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
I remember one, and a lot of people I think go to the dark web. And I'm not here to try to give everybody any hints on how to find a proper hitman. But I think some people go to the dark web, or they find out, kind of like what you just said. They think they know somebody who knows somebody, and they believe they have a proper hitman. But I think the hitman is it's a myth almost. Like I don't think that you as an average person living in America can find a professional hitman.
No, you have to. It's going to sound bad, but you got to go to some low income neighborhood and be like, hey man, I know you need money. Will you kill someone for $5,000?
The problem with that is though, and
I already know where you're going, that they're not going to be able to do it correctly, and they're going to rat you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the first one, I don't know. You can probably kill somebody. But the second one, I think, is what you're really paying for when you get a hitman. You're paying, it's kind of like a hooker. What do they say? You're not paying the hooker for sex. You're paying them to leave. It's a lot like a hitman, is that you're paying them to go away, do the job, and have no attachments to you forever. But you get a crackhead, and they're just going to be like, oh, yeah, Dave, the guy in the 7-Eleven parking lot. I told him I was selling him a toaster, and he, said he wanted me to kill his wife. Whatever it was, those are the people they'll come back to you.
I remember, because I get all my information from movies, one of the greatest, most underrated movies, Four Brothers.
Oh, dude, that is
movie.
Truly.
Oh, it's Detroit, yeah.
Truly one of the greatest movies of all time.
Awesome movie. The main bad guy gets mad at his henchmen because he goes, you hired local hitmen? You got to hire out of state.
Yeah.
They have to come to the state, kill people, and then go back home.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
Dude, Four Brothers, man.
Great movie. Dude, you kind of got the Marky Mark in the show going on.
Dude,
with your vibe.
I got to say, I think time is given enough for, it's like a thing that people definitely appreciate. But I don't know how you get that movie to the proper placement in history, because I really do think that is up there with some of the greats. Like that is just one of those movies that if it's on, there's not a chance in hell I'm not watching the whole damn thing. If I'm skimming it through, or even if I'm just looking for a movie and it catches my eye, it's available to stream, I've got to watch it. And if you've never watched Four Brothers, what the hell are you doing with it? Because, the cast alone is one of the better casts.
Such a great. I love the scene where they go to there's like a high school playing basketball, and they're like, well, we need information about our mother died, so this game ain't finished until we get some notes.
I don't know. I guess that sounds about right. I'm just trying to think if 2005 sounded right for Four Brothers. But yeah, 2005, you got Tyrese, you got Marky Mark, you got Andre 3000. Just a damn.
Terrence Howard was in it, right? He was the cop.
Yeah, he was. I did forget Terrence Howard was in that as well.
Sexy ass Sofia Vergara. She's Tyrese's crazy girl.
Oh yeah.
And people didn't really know her name back then. Now you're like, her sexy ass.
It was ahead of it was ahead of the curve. It's funny because I don't know if this is true. Maybe I just made this up in my head. I think I did make it up in my head. The mom that gets killed.
Oh yeah, the old lady
starts the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was the mom because I always had this theory in my head. I thought it was the mom from Angels in the Outfield. Tell me, you've seen that movie, right? The foster mom.
Ago. Let me. I don't remember the name.
But I'm looking at her picture, and I don't think it's the mom from Angels in the Outfield. But in my head, I created.
No, it's not. I'm looking at it now. I do remember this lady.
I had created the story that like it was the same foster mom.
The lady from Angels in the Outfield. That's the crazy bird lady from Home Alone.
It is. And I also thought that was the foster mom. She dies in the first couple minutes. But I did also think it was the lady from Angels in the Outfield. Another underrated film, if I'm going to say so myself. Did you grow up on it?
It was all right. I didn't hate it.
Dude, that was one of those movies. I don't know.
I wasn't a big baseball kid. So.
I wasn't a baseball kid either, but it was one of those, and I think everybody has these movies. We had the VHS.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you had the VHS, everybody had their collection of VHSs, and if you had it, then it was probably a movie you watched a million times. And we watched Angels in the Outfield every day, all day. Shout out to Tony Danza.
Yeah, I guess I said I'm not a baseball guy, but I was definitely not a hockey kid, and I lived and died by Mighty Ducks, especially the second one.
Dude. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Dude, Matthew McConaughey, Tony Danza, Danny Glover. I mean, just a who's who in Angels in the Outfield. Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, he was the angel.
He was the main angel. He was the main angel. Dude, God, I love that movie. Senning Show, you're on the air. Who's this?
This is Joey. Hey, Four Brothers, the real star of that show is the car that they drive. That 85 Oldsmobile 442.
Yeah, vroom, vroom, brother.
That one.
Yeah. I hear you.
They're very rare. They only made 3,000 of them. I'm glad they put that in the movie. Got one in my garage.
Oh, you do? Hell yeah. Well, come pick the boys up sometime. Let's go for a little post-show cruise. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. You let me know. I'll be out there. Sure.
We'll go hit the mangroves. We'll go hit the mangroves and pick up some young studs. Really make a party out of it.
Easy with the studs, pal.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Took it too far.
I think I'm going to watch Four Brothers when I get home tonight.
Dude, I might have to. I'm actually torn. I might do a marathon. I might do Four Brothers. I might do Angels in the Outfield into Four Brothers.
Oh.
And still keep the mystique that the orphanage in Angels in the Outfield is the same one that the Four brothers went to.
Watch it. Pretend the kid that grew up is now Marky Mark.
Yeah.
That's him.
you may be onto something. Dude, have you ever heard the story? When I mentioned the mangroves to that guy, it made me think of this. I don't know how you would have or could have, but probably 2-3 years into when I was working here at the station, this whole area of mangroves right here, they built it up and they did it so they made it so you can't get into it. But back in the day, it used to be you could pull right up to the water like you can over here, and it was notoriously a place where gay men would go rendezvous. Well, I'll mention their names. There was a kid. There was a guy who was really like leading up the promo team when I first got here. His name was Brian, and then there was another kid. Do you know Blasian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blasian is in on
this. He's a magician breakdancer.
He's a magician breakdancer. He's worked at stations all across Tampa and done a bunch of different stuff. By the way, I saw him in Miko's office probably 4 or 5 months ago. Totally forgot. They were like, he's coming back, and I never saw him again. But they went over to the mangroves and thought it would be funny to mess with somebody in the mangroves. So the rumor used to be you flash the lights a couple times and let somebody know like it's on.
It's like a drug deal.
Yeah, or like I'm looking for a little sloppy
deal.
sloppy toppy in the mangroves, if you will. So they hit the lights on the guy, and as soon as he got out of the car to go to the car, keep in mind they're in a station vehicle. The guy gets out, and like right before he could get to the vehicle, they
peel off.
And from what I recall, there was a girl in the car, and they had the megaphone. They started yelling stuff at the guy, and they pull away. Dude, this guy chased them for an hour and a half. Like this guy
in the station vehicle.
In
That's
the station
hilarious.
vehicle, and at this point, I think I wasn't Mike's like full blown assistant yet, but I was helping do a lot of stuff right before I kind of took on that position. And dude, they called me like from the car, and we're like, we think we need to call the cops. Like this guy's been chasing us for an hour and a half. We're in a neighborhood right now, and he won't leave us alone.
That is hilarious.
So I was like, I didn't want at that point. I was like, I don't think we should get the cops involved. I didn't want them to be murdered, but I said, play it out. See what you can do. So I stayed on the phone with them for probably like another 20 minutes, and eventually the guy left them alone. But when they called me, they're like, dude, we've been trying to outrun this guy for like an hour and a half, and he's going to kill us.
That's a great prank that also, when it goes that way, you're like, well, this is awesome. This is even, not the people in the car, obviously.
No.
But you hearing this story, you're like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, well, and who knows? That guy, if he would have got his hands on them, this poor man's all horned up. down at the mangroves, probably stepping out on his wife and kids, just thinking he's going to get a little mouth love.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he's being terrorized by some punk kids.
Having to run back to your car and then chase them within erection is hilarious.
Senning Show, you're on the air. Who's this?
Why so serious, John? Why so serious, John? Why so serious, John?
Oh, my gosh. You know who this is?
The girl that was in the car?
No,
The megaphone?
dude, this is the world's oldest OnlyFan model.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Why
it
so
is.
serious? Why so serious, John? Why so serious,
Wait.
John? Why so serious, John?
That's
recorded.
Why so
Somebody
serious,
is
John?
playing a prank on us,
Why so serious, John?
but that's who
Why
this
so
is.
serious,
How do you
John?
know what it is?
Well, it's
Why so serious, John? Why so serious, John?
dude. Whoever this is they're pulling off a great prank, dude. I meant to send it to you. She's becoming TikTok famous.
And we're missing the wave?
Dude, well, not that we're just missing the wave, but the thing is that everybody who's trying to like make a go at being famous on TikTok or doing things, it should make you mad. I don't know how to find the lady. I don't know how to find her because that's what the video is. She's dressed up in like a bootleg Joker costume.
Yeah.
And then she legit is just saying that repeatedly. And
Your name.
No.
Why so serious, John?
Oh, wait, she did say John.
Why
didn't
so
she?
serious, John?
Wait, she did say John.
Why so serious,
Wait,
John?
she did say John.
Yeah, she did 22 times.
Oh.
And you didn't pick up on that?
Okay, that does make me a little concerned. Because that is, I'm going to have to find the video.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to find the video. And by the end of this year, you're going to have an outro like Calta that has clips like that in it. Yeah, that just vroom, vroom, baby. Why so serious, John?
How do I find it? Because legit, it had been posted and within hours had 70,000 likes, 700 comments. Like her stuff on TikTok is absolutely hitting. How that person played that clip with my name in it, that makes me think it was her. That makes me think it was her or the guy.
Oh, he had her say it?
Yeah, and then just replayed it or something. That was a little bit scary, though. Why so serious? Why so serious, John?
What if...
the fact my name was in there is a little concerning.
What if when you leave today or someday after work, you're walking in the parking lot, that's all you hear? Why so serious, John? Why so serious, John?
If that was you, if you're the guy, the keeper man of the world's oldest OnlyFan model, call back. I'll actually talk to you. You don't have to just terrorize me with the scary sound because I am curious how you're pulling this off because they have absolutely gone TikTok famous. Like I'm thinking they're probably making money now.
Yes, if you're the kidnapper, call in.
Yeah.
How'd you get her? Hit her over the head with a hammer? Well, just a stick.
Just a handle hammer.
Just a handle.
Senning Show, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, John.
Hi.
Hey, Dizzy.
Hey.
Hey, I wanted to let you know I watched that movie on Tubi last night.
Oh, the He's Out There?
Scary movie. The scary movie.
What'd you think?
It was pretty darn scary.
Yeah, I have to say, right, for an idea and a theme that's been played out a million times, I thought they found a way to make it truly creepy and scary and interesting the whole time.
I know. When I saw those, and I don't want to give anything away either, but when I saw those two little girls on the ground, I was like, "Oh dear God, don't tell me."
That was my
He
thought.
did everybody.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was asking myself
But then
how.
you said the chloroform.
Yep.
And then you said chloroform. I go, "Oh, that's right. He chloroformed them." So
Yep.
that's what.
See
but
that?
I wanted to tell you. The mom in that. Did you ever watch Handmaid's Tale?
No, but I did see that she was in that when I was looking up her IMDb.
Yeah, she played Serena Joy because you were saying you thought it was a mom of somebody in another movie, somebody's mom. But yeah, it was Serena Joy from Handmaid's Tale, that Yvonne Strahovski.
Gotcha. Yeah, she was in that. She was in Dexter, and then she was also in that new show that was really, really good. I think it was on Peacock called Teacup.
Yep, I just saw that one too. She's getting some good roles after Handmaid's, that's for sure. But
she's good. Well, I'm glad you watched it.
It was a good ending, and I'm glad that you suggested it because anytime both you and Dizzy suggest something, I always have to go watch it if you say it's good.
Thank you. Good.
I try to keep up with you guys. All right,
Thank you.
Have a good day, guys. All right?
You're the best. Thank you. Yeah, Senning Show is best to be experienced as a full body experience. If you can watch the things that we're watching, listen to the things that we're listening to, so that you fully understand all of the random things that we discuss throughout the day, it does make it a lot more helpful. Do not go anywhere. We're going to dig into that thing in just a minute. kind of a two-parter. One, we joked about it. I didn't think it was going to become a reality in the span of 7 days. Alligator Alcatraz isn't just a funny AI meme that Dizzy made. It is a real place that's opening, and I want to talk about it. And I think that I got beef with Dizzy pertaining to one specific person. A figure that was beloved during our childhood, that has done so much good. I'm going to be honest, not only for the world, but for the black community. And now Dizzy has turned on him, and we're going to find out why. Coming up next with more Senning Show.
I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
For 4th of July savings that are red, white, and huge, shop Jerry-owned Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This weekend only, you pay what we pay with employee pricing for all during the 4th of July sales event. Get 0 down, 0% APR, and no payments for 90 days. Plus, scan the QR code to enter for your chance to win a new Ram 1500, all during the 4th of July sales event. At the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., Jerry-owned. Tampa is on country. Online at jerryowned.com. Call 1-800-840-0798 for complete details.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America? Thousands of hard-to-find Rolex watches, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, all in perfect condition.
We scour the world to find only the most pristine, super clean watches. We only carry the creme de la creme.
And like everything else at IDC, these watches are at a price that's guaranteed to give you maximum value.
We price them to win the customer, not lose a customer.
International Diamond Center for pre-owned Rolexes, exquisite rare diamonds, premium designer jewelry, and exceptional white glove service.
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota, and online at shopidc.com.
Summer is here, so if you are thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP, and you can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, and those costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. People often ask me why our mattresses last so long. The answer is simple. We build them right. Not only are OMF mattresses durable, they give you peace of mind from day one. When you invest in a mattress from OMF, you're investing in better sleep tonight and smart savings for years to come. No more frequent replacements, no more wasted time shopping. To learn more about the true value of durability, visit originalmattress.com and read our latest blog on getting the most from your mattress investment.
Every Wednesday night at Pin Chasers, it's Bone Bowling Night, $12.99 for all you can bowl from 9 until close. Go to pinchasers.net to reserve your lane or check out the other nightly specials. Always a great time at one of the 4 area locations. Pinchasers.net for more details, and we will see you every Wednesday night for Bone Bowling Night at Pin Chasers.
Bowling, food, and fun at Pin Chasers.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are you looking for the best advice on home financing? Tune in every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock on 102.5 The Bone. With over 35 years in the mortgage business, the Loan Arranger is your key to smart financing.
Mike Calder for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. One moment you're living your life, the next you're being told you have cancer, or your heart just stops. No warning, no second chance. Some of you have worked your whole life, saved smart, and planned for the future. Retirement should be your reward, but instead of traveling or relaxing, you're in a fight for your life. And here's the terrifying truth. Heart disease and cancer are still the top 2 killers for men and women. And most of the time, they strike without a single symptom. But there's hope. Lifeguard Imaging's high-accuracy CT scans detect heart disease and hundreds of cancers before symptoms appear, and the doctors tell you it's too late. Early detection gives you the opportunity to do something about it. It's quick, painless, and could literally save your life. I got my scan and the peace of mind. You can't put a price on it. And right now, just for Bone listeners, when you join Lifeguard Imaging's Legacy program, you'll get a second membership for 50% off. Give it to your spouse, your sibling, your best friend, someone you want to protect. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to lifeguardimaging.com today. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
1025 The Bone and Stella Artois are on a mission to find the best wings in the Bay. Voted Norton's Dunedin, Muggs Icod, and Dunedin Smokehouse. Scan the QR code. Vote, and you can win Stella swag, beer, bragging rights. You decide. Go to thebestwingsinthebay.com for details.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You might know nothing, but at least you'll know that thing. Brought to you by Just Call Mo, Tampa's injury attorney. That thing. It's time for That Thing, right now on Senning Show.
1, 2, you know what to do. Bring it. What? On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Dance floor pro, I know, you know, I go psycho when my new joint hit.
What's the saying? There's like a saying. It's
honey, come ride.
I should have a better grasp of what it is before I try to get you to guess it. It's like, or stick around long enough to be hated. It's like be loved, or
long enough to become the.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh man.
At least you generally know what I'm saying, because that means somebody's gonna get it.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
There we go, dude. Nailed it. Dude, that was impressive. That through my mumbling words, you somehow figured out what I was saying.
Kumbaya.
To me, that is the kind of the story of Will Smith right now, because I don't know if there is anybody who at one moment in time was doing more and was more beloved. The guy was, at one moment, a part of the biggest sitcom on television.
Yeah.
He was putting out hit records.
Check.
And he was also starring in major blockbuster movies that for a while, Will Smith in a movie instantly meant you had a hit on your hands. Like, you go back to really that whole era in and around Independence Day, like that was his sweet spot when he was hitting the trifecta of movies, music, and television.
You want an action star, a black action star especially? Get Will Smith, and he will have a hit.
A black action star, as we call him.
Blaction, yeah.
Yeah. So that era happens, and then I guess maybe there's kind of a forgotten era where things start being not so good. He put out that the superhero movie. What was that? It was called Hancock. Like when he was putting that out, that may have been a little bit of the period of time when his His star was fizzling, but still, for the most part, beloved. You think back to a movie like I Am Legend, which I think was right before or right after Hancock. Still putting out movies that everybody loved. Now, he's not really done a major movie other than Bad Boys. Was that 3 or 4?
4.
Whatever it was not good, and it was not well received. People didn't really like it, and the big smoking gun here that we haven't touched on yet that was definitely a fork in the road for his career was when he bitch slapped Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars. Still, some things that happen in this timeline that we're living in, even though they really happened, they don't feel real. Like that moment of Will Smith walking on stage and slapping the hell out of Chris Rock in front of the world still has to be one of the most bizarre things to ever happen in this timeline. I remember the first time that I saw it, and I saw it on Twitter like 20 minutes after it happened. I watched it 3 times and thought it was fake. Like I saw it and I okay. People were talking about it, but I just thought that can't be a real thing that happened. And then ever since then, there's been some things. I think Jada kind of treating him like trash and banging young boys on the side and being so open about it made him kind of cuck-like, and maybe people didn't respect him the way that they once did. But where he stands now, he feels very hated. It is hard to find somebody out there saying anything good about Will Smith. And the thing that everybody's poking fun about right now is he's put out new music. And you have been one of a vocal anti-supporter of Will Smith's new music. But I also know that you were a big Fresh Prince guy. I knew that at one time you had love for Will. What happened?
Yeah, there was a moment, honestly, where you couldn't tell me that Will Smith was in like a rapper and like the best thing ever. There came a point though where I went, oh, he's putting out trash now, and that was, I think, you kind of hit it. It was a little after Hancock. It was when he put out that movie After Earth with his son, and then he just Focus. That was a terrible movie. The Suicide Squad that he did.
What was Focus? Was that with Bradley Cooper in The Pill?
No, Focus was with Margot Robbie, where he was like a con man.
I don't know that I've ever seen that.
You're not missing anything.
But yeah,
and then he had Bright. Remember Bright?
No. You are making your point very well, considering you're mentioning movies that I've never even knew existed. So,
and I was just like, oh, what is he doing, man? He's kind of doing what Nicolas Cage did, where it's like, is he in debt? Does he have stuff he has to pay off? Because you're just saying yes to everything.
Well, he hasn't gone full Nick Cage yet, because that is such a weird thing that has happened to so many people. I think of Nick Cage and John Travolta are 2 that pop to mind.
Travolta
even De Niro, which is weird right now. Like, you could get onto some random streaming device and find a movie that John Travolta did a year and a half ago that you've never heard of, and it's just, to your point, I don't know if they're just in debt or are just willing to say yes to anything, but a handful of who would be considered the greats of the previous generation will now say yes to anything and do anything. But when it comes to the music specifically, I don't hate everything that I've heard, but I wanted to ask you if you've heard this, because when I heard this, I got a little bit excited about Will Smith getting back to music. And you know what it is?
Is it the girl song?
No. This is from a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
No, the girl song's a jam, though, and I'm going to play it in a second. I love it. I absolutely love it. And if it would have come out in 2002, you would have loved it too. But you're sipping your haterade a little too hard.
Oh, that's what it is.
But I wanted to play a snippet of this song for you. So did you know that that Joyner Lucas did a song called Will?
Okay, yeah. That was a great video, too.
Yeah, and it was pretty much about how he looked up to Will Smith, and Will Smith was the type of role model that he needed and all of this. So he did a remix, and he did a remix with Will Smith on it.
On top of my dreams, Joyner, I know you inspired by me, like I was inspired by Nelson Mandela. I give him a rose for every endeavor. A shout out to Julius Erving, one of the legends of worship. Muhammad Ali put to work, and he was the champ, the greatest, he earned it. I love that you think that I'm perfect, but I had plenty mistakes and burdens. My grandmama thought I was worth it. She always guided me when I was searching. I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't be Willie, I couldn't be me if there wasn't no Eddie. I wouldn't be Will if I wasn't from Philly. Ain't nothing much that you really can tell me. Willie been cold since Benny and Jerry. Must have forgotten.
Is it possible that you are just so influenced on all of the negativity surrounding him that no music he ever put out could have possibly been good?
His old music was for sure good. I didn't mind the Big Willie style album?
Yeah.
Will 2K even. He had the Wild Wild West song was dope. but it was for the time it was in. He was more of a pop star than a rapper,
That's
than
actually
a hip hop.
I will give you 1 point, Dizzy. I'll give you that. And I will tell you, working with Drew for many years, a notorious, I don't want to say Will Smith hater, but didn't ever really look at him as an artist. And I thought maybe we could vibe over some of the new stuff.
Even the song you played, he had some good lines. The wishing there was dancing with a cig. What was it? Here with the handsome kid, cig a cigar right from Cuba Cuba. I just bite it. It's for the look. I don't light it. That's a fun bar, but he's never grown as an artist. Like, listen to this.
Yeah, this is my dude. If this comes out in 2002, it's playing in all the clubs.
No, the same way where he had that. Was it Switch? Hey, I hated that song. It's so bad.
Put some respect on Big Willie's name.
56 years old. He does not need to be making songs like this. I like girls. No, you like your wife cheating on you with your son's friend. That's what you like.
If you pose, make one phone call, you in vogue. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Wait, pose. I'm about to do some investing. I'll spend it on you and your bestie. You and your twin on a jet ski.
All right, this might be bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you think something's funny and you want someone else to laugh at it, and then you watch it back and you go, maybe it's not that funny.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
But it is just, I don't know if there's ever been a bigger fall from grace, because he's not making movies anymore. He's not making hit movies. He's not making hit records. He's not on TV anymore.
Get you anything you think of.
He does have the I Am Legend 2 coming out.
Oh, really? Oh, that might be the thing that gets him back on track.
Both. And the other movie, Hancock. He's doing another Hancock.
Oh, that
too.
Doesn't seem like we needed that.
Yeah, we did it.
That doesn't seem like anybody was craving that.
No, but for sure, a second one of
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Michael B. Jordan's apparently supposed to be doing it with him, which he's kind of the new Will Smith. He's kind of, you want an action star.
A black star. Yeah.
Get Michael B. Jordan.
I mean, he's not making hit records and he doesn't have a hit TV show. So I don't know that we're ever going to see anybody at that moment.
Acting phase of it. But you're all right. Is there any rapper that's also acting now?
Not like that.
Ludacris was the closest, and he wasn't good.
And that was he kind of was a black star, to be honest with you. Senning Show. You're live on the air. Who's this? Looking for some Will Smith.
Hey, it's Billy.
Looking for some Will Smith simps.
Yeah, I'm from Philly, and I used to love Will Smith. You know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was great. And when he put out that song that you just played, where he mentioned Philly, every time he mentions Philly, we're proud. But he lost us. He lost us.
Well, I mean, just by the tone of your voice, sir, I don't know that, like, when you say you lost us, who do you mean? Do you mean?
I mean the city. Like, the city really doesn't support him no more.
The bottom line is
Hollywood.
Never forget, West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing on cool, while shooting some b-ball outside with a couple of guys that were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. She got me moving with your auntie and uncle. So I whistled for a cab, and when it came, did I skip a
whistle
line?
for a cab, and when it came near, the dice. And I
thought, man, forget it. Yo, I'm the
I was letting you finish to see if you got it right, but it's just the city. It's just, I'm from South Philly, and it's just, he's too Hollywood now. And also the problem is, like, if I don't have no kids, but if I had a son dressing house, I just don't know. I don't know.
Thank you. I'm sorry Will Smith lost you. I'm just saying. By the way, we have an update on the world's oldest OnlyFans model that I thought was behind that weird noise that played in the last break, and I was absolutely, I don't know if they were listening or if this is confirmation that it was them, but I did get a message from them on X, which was, I don't think the exact clip, but
why so crazy, bitches? Why go crazy, bitches? Why so crazy, bitches? Why so crazy, bitches? Why so crazy, bitches? Why so crazy?
That's one video. That's not on the loop. That's just the video that she put up that I believe has done very, very well on TikTok.
Why so crazy, bitches?
Yeah, currently 107.8 thousand likes.
Oh wow!
49,000 shares. Jeez. On that video alone.
Oh, update. Did you see the email we just got?
Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, and he told me to keep an eye out for it. Let's tease it. Let's save it. Let's not get into it yet. There's not anything on this email about not saying anything, right? I'm up for whatever. Just tell me what to do. I appreciate the attitude as we work together. Okay. So we have the full-blown lineup, moment by moment, for the Bone Beach Bash, and I know that was a topic of discussion earlier with JP. So we will unveil that. Oh, I'm also getting another text message from John Brennan. I'm from Philly, and Will Smith is still my favorite actor.
Favorite actor? Is he from Philly? I never knew.
Oh yeah,
John Brennan's from Philly.
Yeah, he's a Philly guy. So put a little respect on Willie's name. You trying to get full time? You better think about the way you speak about Will Smith.
Got a simp for him now?
Exactly. I'd put a big Willie style tattoo right across your chest if I was you. Senning Show, you're live.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Eric.
Eric, what up, dog?
Hey, you guys brought up that song "Switch." Have you heard the Lil Jon remix of that song?
What?
It's that song, but it's got a dope ass beat, man. You should play it.
With Will Smith?
Switch.
Yeah, it's just Switch, but Lil Jon put a different beat to it back in the day, and it's so much better than the original version.
Hold on, stand by. I don't know if I can find it. It's not popping up immediately on my. Yeah, I'll look into it. Eric. Yeah. Thank you. I don't have the remix.
The best rapper turned actor has to be. I don't know if he was acting first. It was Donald Glover, I would say.
Probably, when it comes to quantity of what they've done. Because I would say, like we were talking about Four Brothers, if we're going to put Andre in the conversation, even though he doesn't do tons of acting and he's no longer rapping, when it comes to what he did as an actor and what he did as a rapper, I would say he's probably one of the best. But Donald Glover did a bunch more of both. You know what I mean? So he probably deserves a little more.
Tupac, he did, obviously, he was one of the better ones. Common, Eminem. Eminem was great. Eminem was supposed to be, you ever see the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg? Yeah. He was supposed to be the shooter. He was supposed to be Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg played?
Yeah, he was supposed to be the main guy.
That can't be true.
I promise. Look it up.
That can't be
They were looking, I forget if it was scheduling reasons. He might have had an album coming out or something, so he couldn't commit. But he was supposed to be the shooter in Shooter. Eminem.
I'm looking at it. It's not popping up right away. This may be a deep web theory that you got. I do know that he's in the new Happy Gilmore though.
He is?
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Dizzy's going to go into the news desk. He's going to figure out if this is a real thing that actually happened. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, I'll pay off on the Alligator Alcatraz tease, just what's going on there today. The way that people are so excited about this Alligator Alcatraz is really the most fascinating element of it all for me. I want to talk a little bit about the people who think it's going to ruin the environment.
So, correction, he turned down the villain role in that movie. My bad.
I was going to say, no way Eminem was going to be Bob Lee Swagger.
So he's going to be the government guy? That seems weird.
I think this is all made up, but either way. Give me a source.
IMDb. Internet Movie Database.
All right, sounds good enough. I've got two things. Obviously, we will break down the full Bone Beach Bash lineup to the minute. And also, I will be looking to give away prizes for anybody who's ever stored anything in their butt. More Senning Show on the way. $1,000. All you got to do is enter the word cash, C-A-S-H, cash, into the 102.5 The Bone app before 30 minutes past the top of the hour in the Bone bonus. It's not the Bone bonus. It's Mike Calta's summer vacay payday. Money could be yours. The 2 o'clock word, C-A-S-H. Go get that money.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash, presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Special thanks to attorney Patrick Smith.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
And now, breaking news. You leaving me, your state-of-the-art 65-inch 4K smart television, for going out with friends and not staying in to watch TV. Sources confirm that is a terrible decision. Picture-in-picture mode. Do your friends have that? Can they simultaneously stream live sports and extreme baking shows? How about I make everything sepia? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just don't put me on standby.
Don't listen to your TV. Head out with your friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is, how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 coworkers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our verdicts and settlements. There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is definitely the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP. Make the most of your summer by selling your home with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, or the costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move on to the next chapter of your life when you're ready on your timeline. Bone listener Lori said, quote, Mark Spain Real Estate was great. They had our house sold within 3 days and kept us informed of everything that was happening. Mark Spain Real Estate was wonderful to work with, and I would recommend them to anyone looking to sell, end quote. With over 13,000 five-star reviews, you can trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
Oh, hi there. This is Attorney Patrick Smith inviting you to tune into The Bone this Saturday and every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, where you can get all of your legal questions answered. So tune in this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on The Bone for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no. So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that catch-up.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Words of inspiration. This song is dedicated to the hustlers standing on the curb, smoking herb. Moving weight from the inner city to the suburb. Paranoid in jail, pocket full of Yale. Just waiting on another sale. Sip your beers, wipe your tears, encourage your peers. It's gonna be alright, alright.
Everything is gonna be alright. Sell your dope.
Welcome back to Senning Show. Hopefully you got yourself a short holiday week this week.
They want to start a fight. That's all right. Sell your dope. Sell it, keep on hustling.
800-771-1025. We're about to unveil the full lineup for the Bone Beach Bash. We were just given very specific instructions from John Brennan, and I feel comfortable talking about it. Have I played this song for you before?
I've heard this song before.
This is a
Hey,
jam.
what's up, little inchworm? I hope this letter make you feel just a little bit better. Got your t-shirt thick. Your
Never
khakis
forget when that
creased,
lady
so you
thought
can be
Ian Beckles was Afro Man.
Me and my homeboys put together
Dude,
some
that's one of the
chips to
funniest
buy
things.
some
That needs to be
beef,
highlighted more often.
It does.
People need to. That should be live on the Bone socials at some point, if he'd be okay with it. All right. We're going to get to a story momentarily about a local man who was storing drugs inside his prison wallet, as some would call it. The old,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of another term that doesn't just call it exactly what it is.
Hoofing it.
Hoofing it?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Hoofing it.
Hoofing. How would you spell that?
I guess HOOFIN.
Use it in a sentence.
The girl didn't want to get caught, so she started hoofing the drugs.
Yeah, this man was found in an untraditional way to be storing some things all up inside himself. If you've ever had to do that, I'm willing to part with some prizes to hear that story. 800-771-1025. But first,
I see what you did there.
I would love to give you a breakdown, fresh on an Excel spreadsheet, looking very professional. It's been a big topic of discussion. I don't know if I should give away the spoiler first or if I should wait to the end, just based on what I've heard on this radio station already today. Maybe we'll get through it and then we'll go through any things we think are missing from the list. How about that? So on Friday, this will all get kicked off on. This is coming up so quick, by the way. July 18th. If you don't already have your room, the rooms are sold out at Sky Beach in St. Pete. But everybody is invited. It will be a free event. So make your plans. Make your plans for an Uber, for a ride, for a limo, so you don't have to worry about driving. But the fun really gets kicked off at 11 a.m. on Friday with JP Live. Monica, Diz, JP. That program will be live at 11, followed by Senning Show. That's me from 1 to 4. And then Drew Garabo Live from 4 to 7. As we head into the evening that night, the Kona Pig Roast. It will be getting kicked off at 6:30. I will say nobody said this on the air yet, and I feel like somebody should say it aloud because just so people know. Only people staying at the resort will be able to eat the pig roast.
Okay.
That is, I think, one of just a couple things that are not open for everybody.
Yeah.
So the restaurant, Sky Beach, has a great facility. You'll be able to eat and drink all you want. But when it comes to the pig roast itself, and shout out to Wild Fork, who's providing us with the pig, you will need to be staying, and there will be wristbands and things like that. So
who's cooking the pig? You?
No, I believe Brisket Shop is cooking the pig. I offered, but between doing the show and hosting it, they said I couldn't cook as well. So as we go into the evening, there's going to be a kickoff party hosted by me. There will be fire dancers. I will say some things on this list I did not know about, and I'm learning about, and you will as well. A cat named Mo will be performing a live comedy set on Friday night, sometime before our new best friends, Matt and Zach, take the stage at 8:45. They'll be playing till around 10. From what I understand, there is a bit of a curfew out around there with loud music, so they'll be wrapping up around 10. And then 11 to midnight will be the Bud Light Acoustic Afterglow party with Pitbull Toddler. And I believe Matt and Zach will be, I think it's just going to be a big smorgasbord of characters playing music, sing-alongs, think Friends by the Bonfire. And we'll be doing that by the fire pits, 11 to midnight.
I didn't ask John Brennan this. I don't know if you know the answer. Are there just going to be other people at the hotel that have nothing?
I wanted to ask that, but I've convinced myself that there's no way that could be possible.
Right? Because this is some families like, we're on a vacation.
I don't think there's any way that that's possible.
Okay.
I was going to ask in that meeting that we had, but I just talked myself into thinking it's such a spectacle. We have so much going on that I don't think you could have booked any randos in there. Like, they would have just been totally overwhelmed by what was going on. So
they like blacked out the dates for the public.
I would say, and then it's, I believe, just the people through the bone that booked the rooms are the people that are going to be there.
All right.
Moving along to Saturday morning, I know that I'm going to wake up early. Diz said he's going to wake up early too to share a Bloody Mary with our good buddy who will be broadcasting live from 8 to 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. That is Attorney Patrick Smith live, starting at 8 o'clock. So the fun the next day starts immediately. I will say this. We talked about it, and I even talked about it on the air, so I feel like we have to keep it alive. The Senning Show Wake and Bake, not on the list. But just know that I'll plan on, and hopefully Diz too, and some others will plan on being down at the beach sometime after Patrick Smith, maybe say 9:30, 10, around that time for the Wake and Bake.
So come out in the morning and bake in the sun.
Yeah, exactly.
Wink, wink with us.
Exactly. We're going to be baking in the sun.
I'm going to work on my tan lines. Come out there and work on them with me.
At some point, and some things I think the time might just wiggle a little bit, but at some point I believe Galvin, Mo, and JP will be a part of a rock trivia that was discussed in the meeting. I don't have tons of information on that, but sometime between the morning and later in the day, there will be a rock trivia at the pavilion on site there. And as we move along, if you're up for physical exertion, maybe you will have to sleep in from the party the night before. There will be a pickleball tournament of sorts with Michelob. That says it looks like Pap will be out there from 11 to noon, and Johnny B will be out there from 12 to 1. And then this is one that I think everybody's been waiting in the wings on because there was some controversy about where she would be and what she would be doing, how she would be doing it. Around 1 o'clock on Saturday, you can go paddleboarding with Carmen. Which I know there was the talk of the yoga, there's this, there was that. And Carmen will be out paddleboarding with everybody from 1 to 2 on Saturday. Kind of overlapping within all of that is the Myco radio show will be live from 12 to 2. And I think the plan is, I think I heard that there is plans for a noon to 6 broadcast. So if you're not going out there, I would say keep it tuned to the bone because you just don't know what you're going to hear. Probably Bone personalities who've been drinking and doing God knows what for 2 days straight. So that will be entertaining. 1 to 5 is the neutral pool party. From everything that I've heard, this is kind of the big bash. From 1 to 5, pretty much all day on Saturday, there's going to be a giant pool party through different portions of the day. Different people will kind of be the host. So it'll get kicked off with Monica and JP, Dizzy, myself, Drew, Mo, Carmen, Galvin, Gio, Pap. And then at 6 o'clock, poolside karaoke with Drew Garabo himself. There's 2 pools there. So there's a bigger pool and there's a smaller pool. That's going to be at the second pool with Drew hosting it. Mo's going to be out there as well. Johnny B is going to be doing comedy on Saturday night, I believe sometime right before Pitbull Toddler takes the stage, which will happen at 8:30 until 10.
And I heard Everett's opening for
Yeah, Everett is, dude. That's something we got to dig into one day sooner than later. So Pitbull Toddler from 8:30 to 10. And then there's been also a lot of discussion about the late night pool party. It gets kicked off at 10 o'clock at the large pool. We'll have a late night party. It says 10 to midnight. I have a feeling it's going to go later than that. And then on Sunday, kicking off at 11, there is the hangover brunch for everybody to kind of say goodbye and wrap up the weekend. So it's going to be jam-packed. If you have not made your plans to be there, obviously the rooms are booked. Make your plans to be there because it's going to be high levels of FOMO come Monday morning when every show is talking about God knows what, the insanity that took place over the weekend, and you don't want to be left out. I believe boat slips still available, so if you got a boat, come through. You can park for the weekend. I thought it was still a good idea to rent a houseboat for the weekend and then come dock it there. Whatever you got to do, make your plans to be there. That is the official schedule for the Bone Beach Bash.
A lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff. There's something out there for everyone in that itinerary.
So I will say, when I glanced over it first, I didn't think I really saw his name. Now I will say there is not a singular thing that he's doing, like kind of what he's been talking about and you guys have been talking about with JP, but it does look like he will be a part of the rock trivia, and then where else did I see
the pool
his
party?
Name? Oh yeah, the 1 to 2 at the you think that's going to be cool?
With the pool party?
No. I just think when he sees this, do you think it's going to be cool?
I think he in his head go, okay, that's easy. I just have to show up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to do nothing. It seems like Galvin's going to do the heavy lifting. I just got to show up and kind of like talk rock with them for an hour. Yeah.
I think it's perfect. I think it's looking very, very good. Time scheduled to change, things scheduled to change. But if you've been wondering, if you have your room and you've been looking forward to figuring out exactly what's going on, that's it. That's the full breakdown right there. And
I got to be honest, I'm happy that I'm not on like you got to host this or host that. I get to just go chill with the listeners and have fun.
Yep. It's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of debauchery, I think, to say the least. A Florida man who cops believe was stabbed in a drug dispute was in surgery when a nurse discovered a glass crack pipe, a lighter, and tinfoil containing cocaine in his rectum.
Oh, my God.
Dude, and this is right in our good old dirty Pinellas. The surprising find occurred earlier this month at the St. Petersburg Bayfront Hospital. Ooh, I wonder if there's a date on it. Dude, this could have happened when I was that's where I was. I was at the Bayfront. I could have been in the same hospital with the same guy who had all this stuff in his butt.
You could have been right next door.
You could have been sharing.
We'd like to get your ear, but there's a guy with a lot of stuff in his butt that we got to get out.
I'm sorry. We just keep finding more stuff in this guy's butt. Michael O'Neill, he's 43, had been transported for a knife wound, and while in surgery, an RN located these stashed items, according to the affidavit. After being hospitalized for his injuries, O'Neill was booked into jail. Oh, so this was on a Friday night for cocaine possession, a felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a misdemeanor. O'Neill was released the next day on a $5,500 bond. He pled not guilty to the charges. Go figure, over the past few years, this guy has been convicted of DUI and numerous drug-related counts, including possession of cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, and narcotics paraphernalia. He pled guilty last year to drug possession after a jail strip search turned up 2 big baggies. Oh, man. It just says in his buttocks area. Because that was kind of my thought, is that if you're, I'm trying to find the best word that I can use that will paint the picture without saying just whole. But if your hole is been unscathed and untouched, and it still has its sanctity, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in a panic and you're like, damn, I got this crack pipe, I got this tinfoil thing, I got this crack. Like, that seems like it would be a hard thing to do for the first time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can't just be like, well, I got to put it in there. It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
It's like you got to practice. It's like you got to practice. And this guy, it just says whenever he got busted before, he was found with the crack rocks hidden in his buttocks area. I do believe if they would have found them up in there, then they would have specified. I've eaten things before. Like, I've been paranoid that I was getting pulled over and I've eaten a joint or something like that. I don't know if I have it in me in real time, because it also has to happen very quick. Yeah. Like, when did this guy, first of all, he was stabbed. So where did you realize between the time you were stabbed and the fact you were going to the hospital that you were going to jam all this up there?
So it says he was stabbed in a drug dispute.
Yeah.
I imagine he stole those drugs from whoever the dispute was from, and the guy's like, empty your pockets. They're like, look, I don't got it on me. Because he already put it in.
So you think he stuffed it, you think he put it up there not because he was avoiding the police. You think he was trying to steer clear of the drug dealer that he stole the drugs from.
Yeah, because the police were only involved because he was stabbed. So they weren't called because it was like a man smoking. Yeah. We got to go get this guy. It's, there's this guy that's been stabbed. And then it was, from what I could understand from this, I would assume he stole some drugs, hid it in, the back door, and got stabbed because the guy knew he took it. He just didn't know what happened.
What if this dude's just walking around like this is just where he stores his drugs? Like he's just playing it safe, and he's like, I don't know, I could get busted by the cops anytime around. Like that's just where he keeps his drugs.
He was wearing those like ball shorts with no pockets. He was like, well, I had to put somewhere.
There was I don't know if I said that. So there was this is the note from the surgeon. A crimped tin foil. What is it? A crimped piece of foil.
So that's where the drugs were.
Yeah, a lighter.
Yeah.
And a glass pipe.
Yeah.
So you got the drugs, the lighter, and the glass pipe.
Drug and paraphernalia.
I would be curious if it was all in like one baggie or if he like put them all
in one
there.
butt.
Well, I mean, do you put them up there one at a time or do you try to put it like store them in a condom and then put them all up there at the, I don't know. I don't know the right way to do it.
One at a time. He's like, it's a crack pipe.
Yeah.
It's the lighter. Okay.
And what do you start with? Because those crack pipes, they got like a fat end on them, don't they normally?
I would imagine you end with the pipe, so then it's kind of like clogging.
Oh, Jesus.
Can we say that?
I don't know. You did.
It's out there.
Senning Show, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm going to not use my real name. Just call me Dapper Dan. I got paid $100 to bring a pack of cigarettes from a county facility where tobacco was legal to a state prison, and that's how I got it in.
Wait. A pack of cigarettes in the pack?
Well, what I did was I took the tobacco out of the cigarettes and put it in the finger of a latex glove, double wrapped it, and inserted it, and made it back past the bend over and cough through security.
It was just the tobacco? Because what they have ways to roll. Tobacco. They have the ways to roll it up themselves over there.
Usually pages out of the Bible is what they use for rolling papers.
Oh my goodness! And so my question is, well, I don't know how much you're looking to protect here. Were you visiting somebody?
Oh, no. I was incarcerated for 5 years.
Oh, okay. So you knew you were making the move from one to another, and you just pre-planned. Like how many? Now, was that for your own personal? Was that for your own personal use, or were you selling it?
I sold it for $100. A pack of cigarettes that cost me $3. I had to go back to take care of something in court. They took me back to the county. The county allowed you to buy cigarettes. I bought the pack of cigarettes. Took the tobacco out, put it in the glove, and when they transported me back to the state facility that morning, I inserted, and it's first time I'd ever done it, first time anything had ever went the wrong way.
Yeah. That was really my question. Was it a first time? And that, if I'm being honest, a little finger of a latex glove packed with tobacco, like that seems pretty handleable for most men.
I've pooped bigger.
Okay. Why'd you have to ruin it? We were having a good time. I'm going to give you something for your struggles and thank you for your service. But just you pushed it one step too far. You really did.
What a great business move. You said $3, made $100,
Well, then it's just what a weird thing to be. Then you just give them the tobacco. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Hey, boys, it's Michael. How are you guys today?
Hey, Michael. It sounds like you are literally in the middle of a wind tunnel. Can you do something for us?
Yep. Sorry about that.
You're good. What's up, buddy?
Hey, so, man, calling about, what does he call it? Hoofing?
Yeah, the hoofing, the prison wallet, the Alabama Hot Pocket, whatever.
Alabama Hot
Pocket. I think that's something.
I think that last one's something else, actually.
Yeah, no, it is actually something else. I don't know why I said that. What'd you do?
Yeah, man. So I was in a buddy's car coming back from Ybor as probably like a 17 or 18-year-old kid, and he's speeding. We're listening to music, whatever. And then all of a sudden, red and blues flip on behind us.
Oh, no.
I had a bag of green, which I wasn't as worried about, and then I had some Molly from the club. And I was like, man, I need to get rid of this. Never have I ever thought that I would, even consider.
Be careful with your words. Let's be careful with our words. But at that point in your life, when this starts running through your mind, had that door ever been opened before from the outside?
No,
okay,
not from the outside.
Okay.
So you went 4th in inches. We got it. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, man. I mean, I ended up, tucking away with the Molly and completely forgot about the bag of grass in my pocket.
Oh.
So they're searching me. I'm like, I'm good, no worries.
Did you put real quick? Did you put the Molly in something before it entered the prison wallet?
Yeah. Well, it was in a capsule in a bag, so it was like
Okay, so it was in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay, because my thought is that Molly's going to start working itself into his bloodstream.
Yeah, no, that would, I don't know. But yeah, then I ended up getting searched, and he found a bag of grass in my pocket, and I went to jail anyways. So it was all for naught.
Well, maybe not, because did they find the butt stuff when you got to jail?
No, I was able to flush it in the little transfer center or whatever. So yeah, and then as soon as I flushed it too, this I probably almost had a heart attack. I flushed it and the fire alarm starts going off simultaneously.
You thought it was like the drug alarm.
We got sensors in the toilet.
The drug in the toilet alarm. Yeah, that'll gag. Man, that is. Well, you say you did it for naught, but you would have gotten a much worse charge if they found those pills on you and not just the weed, right?
No, most definitely. I was just, I was trying to keep the party going. I was like, man, we're heading over to some girl's house and we're going to have a good time. And then all of a sudden I'm in the back of a cop car.
Little did you know you were giving yourself a good time with the old keistering. That's another phrase that I've heard. You keistered it. All right, hang tight. I'm going to hang tight if you can anymore.
How hard do you think those people in the prison really look? You know what I mean? When they're like bend over and cough. Like if I'm the guy who's working that shift, I'm going to go, yeah, they're all fine. You know what I mean?
I would have thought they're looking a little closer. I mean, I don't know that I don't think everybody gets a cavity search. I mean, unless maybe there's a reason to believe. I mean.
But are they eyeing down that starfish? You know what I mean?
I think so. I think they're giving it a pretty good once over, maybe twice over. I think. I don't know if we have any prison guards out there. I know a lot of people listen in prison, but I don't know about the guards. Senning Show, you're live on the air.
My name is Josh. This isn't about hiding stuff, more like a revenge story.
A revenge story?
Yeah.
This sounds scary, but carry on.
Gong Show rules. Let's go.
Well, when I was a teenager, my mom's boyfriend really made me mad. So what I did was I took the butt of each of his cigarettes. And I put them where the sun don't shine and put them back in the cigarette pack.
Okay, that's outside of bounds. That's out of bounds. It's out of bounds for what we're talking about. We didn't just say what stuff have you done with your butt. It was a very. I thought we had a pretty good line on what we were looking for here.
People are trying to stay out of jail. This guy's like, I was just sticking stuff in there.
I was just torturing my mom's boyfriend.
I was just seasoning his cigarettes. Get out of here.
That's wrong. That's just not right by any frame of the imagination. I don't think. Also, I'm not. It's hard to put myself in that position because I don't often have anything that serious. I mean, the worst drug for the most part that I would have would probably be weed. Maybe on a bad day, maybe a little bit of mushrooms, and I wouldn't feel the need necessarily to do that.
Yeah, it's like when I got allegedly accosted at the cruise.
Oh yeah, dude, that could have been your moment, dude.
Yeah, I was. Just stuff it in there.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna find nothing.
You should have thought about it. Could have saved you. You would have not been dry for the rest of your cruise.
I think I would have just been okay with being dry, just sobering up for the cruise.
Yeah, you never know. Could have started a whole new thing. Could have started a whole new era for you.
I'm hanging out with Joey Couch. He's like, "Why does this smell funny?" Don't worry about it. Just enjoy yourself.
And by the way, I did bring up the Alabama Hot Pocket, and I Googled. I looked that up on Urban Dictionary. No way in hell can I even touch on it or even pretend to tell you what it is.
But it's not storing stuff.
No, but it's worth. It's not. I don't know if it's worth your Google. It's very disturbing. Very, very, very disturbing. Probably about as bad as it gets for someone like me. Senning Show, you're live on the air.
Hey, John, what's up?
What up?
This isn't about anything I stored there, but I had a girl I used to date who would like to let her fingers explore while she was doing other things.
Okay, that is not. I understand. That's just not where we're headed.
I just Googled it.
Yeah.
Don't do that,
Yeah,
people.
yeah, I would say do it, but then just don't blame me for what you see. It's not just anybody, anytime, never touched your butt. Like that's not the thing here. That's not where we're headed.
People are calling in. It's like one time I was 8. I was alone with my uncle. Okay,
exactly.
Okay,
That's pretty much.
All right.
That's where we're headed. Senning Show. You're live on the air.
Hey, what's up? It's Shocker.
Shocker. Oh, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't have a crazy story. A guy named Shocker.
Dude, this you got to have a story or two.
I don't. I would just figure I would check in just because I have a Shocker tattoo on my chest.
I mean, you would be aficionado if I ever had to pick one. I gotta say, I love seeing you. So this guy lives in the same neighborhood as I do, and I'm on like the Facebook pages, and I actually don't know if that was in the Facebook page where I saw your little setup outside. You got a real pimp little setup out back with your hot tub and your bar and everything. You're doing it right.
Yeah, man, I just spent a ton of money on that side yard. I got a fire pit. I put a projector. Well, it's like one that I can take down and put up.
I have to say, I like happening upon your stuff on social media. So you're telling me, even though I've told everybody else to stay away from this, you're telling me your golden gates have never been breached?
Yeah, no, never.
Really? I'm surprised that she's such a fan of it, and she never tried to repay the favor.
She has really long nails.
That is a problem. Yeah. Well, but there's beads for that. Thank you, Shocker Man.
I want to see an American Pickers where people go to prison and be like, "This is why I snuck in. This is the high value stuff I got in here."
Dude, I thought you were going to say American Pickers, but it's just all old sex toys. Oh, God. It's just like, we found this wooden dildo from 1942. It was believed to be belonging to Eisenhower.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know people from different eras. Senning Show, you're live on the air.
Hey, guys, it's Nolan.
Nolan, what's up, dog?
Hey, what's up? So
the Nolan, the Nolan that I know, Nolan?
Yeah, Nolan.
Yeah, good to see you on
Thanks
Friday
for the
night,
tickets
dude.
to the concert, bro.
Absolutely, it was good to see you.
Awesome.
It's funny because you walked past us and we were waiting for an Uber, and like you walked away, and it's about 5 minutes after you walked by, I said, we should have just had Nolan give us a ride back to St. Pete. I thought about texting you.
Yeah.
But anyways, carry on with your actual story.
So a can is just a unit of measurement. The can is not actually used. But in the joint, like chewing tobacco is huge because if you smoke, obviously you get in trouble quicker. And so people will drop chewing tobacco all the time. And for every 3 cans you brought in, you get to keep 1. And the only way to bring it in is buffing it.
In the can, like in the thing that chewing tobacco comes in?
No. You take it out and you put it in a bag or a glove. That's what I was saying. That's just the unit of measurement. 1 can.
Oh, okay. You did say that. You did. I got you. Because that can would be, even if you went sideways, would still be a
It's
like
a teaser pack.
Yeah, it is. And I can tell you, I can't fit one of those.
You've tried.
Not for lack of trying. Man, so the tobacco is a major currency in there.
Yeah, it's big. Chewing tobacco is huge. I actually smoked cigarettes before going in and then chewed while I was down and then just kind of quit altogether. But chewing tobacco is huge.
I think in the past you've kind of beat around, and I know you don't love to talk about it, but how long were you in?
2.5 years the last time. Finally pulled my head out of my butt.
Oh, man. Well, along with whatever else you had in there. Man, 2.5 years, that's not nothing. Did you ever almost get stabbed? Did you have to become a white supremacist? What did you do to survive?
No, there's like just a solid pile of white boys that don't want to get down with, gangs and stuff like that. If you just mind your own business and don't get into the BS, then you do pretty good. But I was in Washington State, so it wasn't too scary.
Oh, really? I think it would be scarier up there. I don't know why. It just seems like there's a lot of trouble up in Washington State. Damn, so there's just like a group of non-affiliated white boys that don't want to, go full blood or Crip or can't or don't want to be a Nazi. So you guys just kind of look out for each other.
The wood pile. Yep.
Oh, the wood pile.
You guys were just standing around like King of the Hill in the prison?
Dude, this is his elite. This is his
royalty.
Yeah, dude. You had the wood pile. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick question. What happened to the girl you were going to bring out Saturday, dog?
Oh, man. I'm kind of glad that I didn't. That was a heck of a show, wasn't it?
Nolan was in the house for forever.
He sent me a message. He's like, I'm pulling up with a girl, too, dog. So don't act brand new.
Yeah, I wanted to make me look cool.
Oh, well, damn. I don't know. From what I understand and how it went down, I don't think you were looking cool no matter what. She'd have been like, where did you bring me?
Rough night.
Was it?
I got to see Everett, though. That was cool.
Yeah. Was it on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being complete bomb all night? What's your rating?
It takes a lot of guts to try that. I'll tell you what. But, I mean, it was a 2, maybe.
Oh, man. Oh, damn. All right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Oh,
It's
man.
funny because I told you, it came a point where the comics were kind of like mad at the crowd for not laughing. It was
That's
like, well,
never
do better, dog.
That's never a good thing.
Don't get mad at us because we got humor.
When they turn on the when they turn on the crowd and the crowd turns on them, it's never a good thing. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, it's been a minute. I hope there's not any breaking news. We haven't talked much about the Puffy trial, the Diddyverse, but they are deliberating, and we'll touch on that. And I will finally pay off on my alligator Alcatraz story when we come back. Making way for John's Joints at 3 o'clock with Drew Garabo. Don't go anywhere.
To Mississippi. 1, a 2, a 3.
Wild Fork Foods. This is a great weekend to try Wild Fork for the first time. You want to really pop the crowd. You want to impress your crew. You having people over for the 4th of July and they're thinking standard burgers and dogs. Even if you want to do that, jack it up a little bit. Take it to the next level. Get their prime Wagyu ground beef or their Wagyu hot dogs. But what if you did something real classy, like cooked up a big Santa Maria tri-tip, cut it real thin, and then made some sliders. So think outside of the box. Really impress everybody and cook up some elk medallions. Take it to the next level with foods you didn't even know were an option from Wild Fork. They've got amazing prices and an even better selection. Locations in South Tampa, West Chase, and St. Pete. You can order online. I actually just got an order delivered to my door yesterday. You can order online and pick it up in store, or just go in and check out everything they got and go on a shopping spree. But you got to check them out. It's the perfect week to do it. WildForkFoods.com.
Crooked letter, hump back, Afro man's the bomb, bump that.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The open mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Here's what the car insurance companies may think they know after a car crash. They know you probably don't know what your claim is worth, or how to calculate pain and suffering, lost wages and future earnings, current and future medical expenses, or diminished value to your car. But guess what? We do. And if we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Tampa.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Taco lovers, Hooters has 3 ways to win this summer. Shrimp tacos, mahi tacos, or crispy tender tacos. All served with curly fries or tots. Taste the new flavors now at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
Imagine clutching your chest, gasping for air. A heart attack strikes without warning. Your loved ones panic, powerless to help. Your life changes forever or ends in a single terrifying moment. Mike Calta here for Lifeguard Imaging. That's why I've been telling you for years, get scanned. Heart disease claims millions of lives annually, often with no symptoms. Don't let that be your story. You could feel fine today while deadly plaque builds in your arteries or cancer silently grows inside you. And by the time you notice, it may be too late. It doesn't have to end this way. Lifeguard Imaging's high-accuracy CT scans detect heart disease and hundreds of forms of cancer often before symptoms ever appear, giving you the chance to take action and do something about it. A 5-minute scan can mean the difference between life and death, between years with your family or a preventable tragedy. Don't wait for symptoms or pain. Take control before it's too late and take the guesswork out of your health. Right now, when you join Lifeguard Imaging's Legacy program, you'll get a second membership for 50% off. Give it to your spouse, your sibling, your best friend, or someone you just want to protect. Trust me, the peace of mind is priceless. Visit lifeguardimaging.com today. The scariest thing you can do is nothing at all. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
Our huge 4th of July celebration is on at every Crown Automotive dealership with star-spangled savings on the new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV you need. We're loaded with inventory, but these very special Independence Day offers are good through July 4th only. That means you only have 4 days left to save like never before. Hurry to our huge 4th of July sale and let freedom at the Crown Automotive dealership of your choice. The better way way to buy and service.
Summer is here, so if you are thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP, and you can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, and those costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Hi, I'm attorney Fran Hosh. Being involved in a car or motorcycle accident can be stressful. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their loved ones. If you need an attorney you can trust, give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN. We will give you a free case evaluation and won't charge you any fees unless you recover money. Give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN, 866-LAWFRAN, or visit me online at lawfran.com. Main office, Palm Harbor.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Hockey, beer, boats. Tampa Bay's favorite hat trick is back. The Lightning and Creative Loafing present Bolts Brewfest, presented by Publix. Friday, August 1st at Amalie Arena. Sample hundreds of local and international beers, games, and more. Get info and tickets at boltsbrewfest.com.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Where you at, Puff?
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never. Business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah,
welcome back to Senning Show, 800-771-1025. Hit us up on social media at The John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. Check out Diz's podcast, The Lazy Ass Podcast, wherever you get it. You need to be watching the program. People are having a good time in the chat. 1025 The Bone on YouTube. 1025 The Bone on Facebook. Dude, I was having a little bit of a mini flashback, and I got a lot to get to, so I don't want to get too in the weeds on it. You have always been on the Lazy Ass Podcast. Because there have been characters that went in and out. You started it.
Yeah.
I cannot remember for the life of me. I had something happen where I had beef with somebody that was on that podcast.
You did? So when I started it with, then I brought AJ on, who went by Red.
AJ, I love AJ.
Yeah.
Love AJ. Nothing but good things to say about AJ.
And
it wasn't him.
He brought in the idea of someone who had a studio, which was at CBS, and this is where I'm thinking now, Anthony Puglisi. Did you have beef with him?
It must, and the thing is that I don't even remember what it was. I think it stemmed around me trying to he was hitting me up to get on the podcast, and I don't know if I left him on red or how planned it was, but I just remember he went scorched earth on me. Like, I got a message, and he was just buried me.
Really? He was saying, like, you're big time in
Yeah,
us?
pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much is what it was. And I guess that's who it was, but he got the boot? He got kicked out?
So he decided to leave around COVID because we were recording in different spots and he was just like, I don't know where this is going. And, I'm kind of, he was dating this new girl, wants to start a family, and he is now. He's a father
Look
now.
at that. Look who won, bitch boy.
Yeah.
I stole your
get outta here,
man. I
get
stole your
outta here.
man. Check out his podcast, though. Great cast. I love Dash. We got to get Dash in here for sometime.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Dash. Him and I spent so much time together in my early promo days here. Truly just one of the sweetest men on planet Earth, and I love him. And I didn't get to spend much time with Drew, but I worked with him a little bit. And now knowing the phrase that he's throwing around at his workplace, I really do like him now. So check out his podcast. So they're deliberating. A jury has returned to deliberate for a second day today at the sex trafficking trial of the music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Can I tell you something funny? Let me see if I refresh it. Oh, it refreshed. As soon as I played that song, I had the whole Diddy catalog in front of me at Spotify, and it all went away and said, your music cannot be found. And I wondered, what if the jury just brought back a verdict and Spotify pulled all his music? But it popped up, so never mind. On Monday, jurors deliberated over 5 hours without reaching a verdict after receiving instructions on the law from the trial judge. They are deciding whether prosecutors have proven racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges during a trial that began in early May. Prosecutors for Combs say for 2 decades, he used his fame, fortune, and a roster of employees and associates to help coerce and force 2 different girlfriends to repeatedly perform sexually with male sex workers for days on end while he watched and sometimes filmed the drug-fueled events. The defense says prosecutors are unjustly basing federal crimes on what Combs did in the bedroom with his girlfriends as they participated in a mutual, consensual swinger lifestyle. And they're pretty much saying you're looking at his domestic violence, which they're saying he did. They're not arguing that there's not a video of him beating up Cassie and that he wasn't a bad guy. He just says they were swingers and he happened to beat her, and that's where it ends. He could face 15 years in prison to life behind bars if he's convicted. After pleading not guilty, Puffy chose not to testify as his lawyers built their argument for acquittal, mostly through lengthy cross-examinations of dozens of witnesses called by prosecutors, including some of Combs' former employees who took the witness stand reluctantly only after being granted immunity. If you had it on the Hard Rock Bet app, if you had to put money down on it, yeah, must say, do you think that they're going to put these charges on him?
I don't think all the charges are going to stick. I think there will be a couple charges, and I think he will get time served, and he will walk.
I'm leaning that way, too, and I don't really know. It just felt like, and maybe this is just me looking at the news and always waiting for the sensationalized thing that's going to pop up. I felt like when we were going into this, a lot of people thought there were going to be videos and there were going to be things discussed that the mind can't even fathom, and that it was going to break open Hollywood and the music industry, and we were going to find out the people that were involved in these freak-offs. That never really came. I mean, not that you needed that to find him guilty, but I really do think, just from what I've seen, I think they've done a really good job of painting the picture. They were freaks. They were doing insane things, insane sexual things with sex workers, but at the time, it was consensual, and he's a bad dude. He beat his women. He did all of this, but that doesn't mean that he was involved in sex trafficking or conspiracy, racketeering, and all of that. It would not surprise me one bit. The other smoking gun in this situation right now was yesterday, barely an hour into deliberations, the jury foreperson sent a note to the judge complaining that there was one juror who they said, who we are concerned cannot follow your honor's instructions. May I please speak with your honor, or may you please interview him?
Wasn't he like some professor or something like that, right? Like a 50-year-old professor, and
the judge decided instead to send jurors a note reminding them of their duties to deliberate and obligation to follow his instructions on the law. So it kind of sounds like he was like, you kids figure it out yourself.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm not doing anything too crazy. By the day's end, the jury seemed back on track as of yesterday, requesting clarification about what qualifies as drug distribution, an aspect of the racketeering conspiracy charge that will help determine whether Combs can be convicted or exonerated. And I think they probably will get him on that because they had his little drug mule guy, the young white dude who had all that drugs at the behest of Diddy, which I don't even know if you're going to get those to stick as much as you would want, because ultimately someone else was doing it. I mean, if he was the mastermind, maybe, but I just wonder, what, if he walks, what is life after the trial like for Diddy? Like, is he back in the mix? Is he at the award shows? Is he welcomed back into the circle? Is he putting out music? Will he go into hiding? Like, there are so many different ways that it could shake out if he finds himself a free man. And I just I don't know what he would prefer. I could see maybe a little bit of beating his chest and I told you so and trying to get back in the mix.
So he will go back to business as usual, but it'll be a slow burn, kind of like what happened with Chris Brown with the Rihanna stuff. Like, he's still making music. He's still loved now. With Diddy, though, the only difference is he still has a lot of other charges coming at him when he gets free of this one. Once he's free of this one, it's all these other, civil lawsuits that are filed that he's going to have to answer for, whether that's going back to court or settling out of it. So it's not an easy path ahead of him. But when his lawyers were making the closing arguments, that's when I kind of felt like, I think these guys know they're going to win it. That, like, they were clowning the FBI, and they're like, oh, we got the lube off the street. Good job, guys. We pay you for that. Good job. You're killing it.
And
like,
it could be some of that. I mean, and that's probably a tactic in itself. I know the path to redemption. I know the path for redemption for Diddy. He gets out. He's got to rebrand. He'd take it back to the old school. He's Puff Daddy again.
He's Puff Daddy again?
Puff Daddy, and he's got to get the family back together.
Oh.
Puff Daddy and the family. It's very, very crucial that when he gets out, he mends things with Mace.
Okay.
It is very important that Puff Daddy and Mace release a track in the first 6 months of him being free, and then within the first year to 2 years, we get Puff Daddy and the Family, No Way Out, Volume 2.
Ooh.
And he gets some of his old friends that were on that album. He gets back the Locks. He gets Jay-Z. He gets
AI Biggie,
AI DMX, all of these people that were all over those Bad Boy albums in the late 90s. And he, I think he can clear his name if he plays it right.
Do you know why he was called Puff Daddy?
Because he used to like it when no, I don't. Do you?
Yeah.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
My first guess would be it's a weed thing.
No. It was like that kind of. He'd huff and puff. He'd huff and puff all the time, so his mom called him Puffy.
Oh, really?
And he just added, I guess, the daddy as he went on. Yeah.
I did not know that. Is this like Eminem being Bob Lee Swagger, or is this real?
I don't like this.
Well, I'm just saying, you don't even know how to keep a shark away from you. What am I supposed to believe around here? I've been teasing it all afternoon. If you want to weigh in on any of this, 800-771-1025 before we make way for John's Joints, and your chance at $1,000 in about 9 minutes.
Yeah, 3 for 3.
It's happening. It's happening. How about a pat on the back? How about a pat on for all the people? If you are one of the people who like to pile upon us when we are late on a word, I want a pat on the back at 3:00 when we hit all of our words. It doesn't need to be much. It doesn't need to be a whole diatribe. Just a good work, boys. Way to get those words. It's one of those things that if you don't do it, you're hated. And if you do it, you just did your job. So I guess I just explained it. Yeah. No pat on the back needed. When we started talking about this alligator Alcatraz a couple weeks ago, I was thinking this was a fantasy. I was thinking this was something that would happen years from now, that it's just a fun thing to talk about that got good fodder across social media. Well, what do you know? This goddamn place is built, and it's real, and it's there. And President Trump and Governor DeSantis attended the opening of the controversial Alligator Alcatraz earlier today. The $450 million a year facility is going to house 5,000 migrants, and the state-run detention center is being funded with money from FEMA. Governor DeSantis seized control of the site using emergency powers, saying you'll be able to bring people in, they'll be processed, they have an order of removal, and they'll be queued. And the thing is, it's got a giant runway right there. So the idea of Alcatraz, to me, makes it feel like it's a prison. The way I understand it is that this will be the in-between spot. You get pulled off the street, you're here illegal, you'll go to Alligator Alcatraz, and then be there for who knows how long, and then there will be planes constantly coming and going, and you're out of there. The thing, it's political in every way, and there are those that believe that what's going on right now with getting illegal immigrants and ICE and everything pertaining to them is wrong, and I respect that, and I get the human element, and I don't have a boner for it. I think that is the part that's so interesting, is the way that people are talking about the Alligator Alcatraz. You would think it's an amusement park. like the level of hype and excitement that people have. They're selling merch. I don't know where that money goes. I don't know if that is directly off of Trump's or DeSantis's website, but like the Alligator Alcatraz merch is flying off the shelves, and it's just, we live in such a bizarre time of like what people get fired up about. The one thing that I want to know more about, and if you feel like you can school me on this, if you happen to work in any sort of environmental occupation and have a better grasp of what's going on, I would love to hear from you, because that seems to be the big sticking point for a lot of people who are on the ground and in the area. Environmental groups filed a federal lawsuit last week to block the migrant detention center, Alligator Alcatraz, from being built. And they say that they didn't go through all of the environmental reviews. Normally, when you would build something like this in the middle of the Everglades in a place such as that, you'd have to have environmental groups come through, probably make sure there's no endangered animals, or you're not going to mess with the water flow, whatever it may be, and then give you clearance to do it. They never did that. Critics condemning the facility as cruel and inhumane, specifically the threat to the wetlands, while Governor Ron DeSantis is saying we're good, there's nothing to be worried about. I just would love to know the specifics on what they think is going to happen, because I saw the videos this morning of what it looks like. It's, first of all, they did it in like a week, which is insane. They built this whole, and it's pretty much tents and fences, but they built this in about 7 days. So from my perspective, I look at it and I go, it looks like a bunch of tents on a concrete slab. Like, what is the environmental impact? Because I care about that. I don't want to hear that we're messing with the environment here in Florida, let alone the Everglades, which already have a bunch of problems. And that seems to be the deal. There was a video I wanted to play the audio of, and this guy, I think he's a right-leaning commentator. But, like, this guy's level of excitement. Oh, yeah, he's so excited. Diddy. This guy is, it feels like he's standing outside of like the opening of the new Universal amusement park.
Well, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz. The entrance here is a 30-foot tall wall. None of this was here 5 days ago. It's got razor wire on the top. Just unbelievably impressive what the state of Florida has done here. Over my shoulder is the actual facility. As you can see, we'll be entering soon. This is the entry gate for Alligator Alcatraz. Got mosquitoes everywhere. They're like playing. There you go. Look at that. Not a fun place to be put in prison. You do not want to go here. Obviously, this is going to be a 5,000 bed.
I think that's the other interesting thing when you think of the excitement behind, like, because what is the excitement about? Is it about the idea that if you break out or if you leave, you could be eaten by an alligator? Like, is that the thing that's fun? Is that kind of the thing that's fun? Because I haven't seen specifically that this is going to be filled with violent criminals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't believe that there's going to be children in there, but at the same time, like, these people are getting out. We're getting them out. Like, they're on their way out. So what you want, and I say the person who's got a full-on boner for Alligator Alcatraz, like, they're on their way out. I do just think it's an interesting study in humanity right now that so many people are excited that these people, like, might get eaten by an alligator. Like, that's the thing. It's like, we're getting them out of this country, and if we don't get them out, then maybe they'll get their ass eaten by an alligator. It's
I mean, the morbid side of me is like, kind of can't wait for that story where the one guy's like, I'm gonna make a break for it, and then you find out he didn't make it far.
And I guess if you do break out, then you broke out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what happens after that is on you, I suppose. Giving away $1,000 in just a couple minutes. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Gary.
Hey, Gary, what's up, buddy?
Hey, you guys know they didn't build that in 7 days. Isn't it a pre-existing airport?
No, well, the airport is there, but this I would issue or urge you to go check out social media, or I'm looking at a story from WFLA. Like, the infrastructure where people will be held, that was built. Within the last 7 to 10 days. It's pretty much makeshift. I mean, a tent doesn't do it justice, but it is. These structures popped up, and I will say, dude, I saw the video of the tour. These people are stacked. I think it's a triple. So it's cages. It's fenced in caged areas, and probably 6 triple layer bunk beds in every little enclosure. So yeah, take a peek at the tour that they did today with Trump, and you'll get an idea of what it looks like, because there is some infrastructure there, but where they're keeping everybody is separate, and it has just been put up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you like it? Do you love it?
Well, I mean, It makes sense to me because it was already existing, and what they're building is on the airport property. So I don't see how it will affect the the land around it or anything. But.
And I've seen some people on TikTok and things like that talking crazy, but I believe about a quarter of things I see on TikTok. So I'm not certain on the actual negative effects on the environment, but it's just like, I think on the surface is you found a way to build a prison/jail and it's going to work for everybody. It's just the hype and the excitement behind it that I find to be so interesting. It's like,
well, the marketing standpoint, they were genius with how they had their rollout.
They absolutely. And I heard Trump today say, he was half joking. He goes, well, my whole plan was to fly in, crocodiles from Africa because they're much meaner and much more territorial. But it turns out we don't have to do that, I guess, because we've got the alligators already there. So I would imagine once this thing really starts getting filled with people, the outrage will build, but they're going to be putting people in here real soon. And Trump and DeSantis were up in the House this morning. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, lots to get to in the joints today. Let me take a peek real quick here. I'll tell you exactly what we're going to talk about. The Clearwater Ferry debacle, although there have been no charges officially filed against Jeff Knight, that does not mean that the money is not being come for, because he now has his second major lawsuit that's unfolding from the whole thing. And I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet. Have you been seeing the videos online or hearing people talk about the new Red Lobster?
No.
Dude, Red Lobster decided to flip the script and change everything. And if it was a Rotten Tomatoes score based on people posting on social media, they're at about a 99% approval rating on their new stuff. We'll talk about that and a bunch more with our buddy Drew Garabo as we get into John's Joints. Coming up next on more Senning Show.
Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometime. The night they took.
You want $1,000? It's time for the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. All you got to do is enter the word COIN, 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 into the 1025 The Bone app. You have until 30 minutes past the top of the hour. And that $1,000 of Mike Calta's money could be yours. Register all day long. Get in as many times as you can. It'll be a lot easier to win $1,000. John's Joints on the way. Are you a smart homeowner? Well, it's time to make your home smart. This summer, get 20% off smart home devices installed by Hawkins Service Co. Think smart thermostats, lighting systems, and much more. They install it, set it up, and you just sit back and enjoy your new smart home. This offer ends July 31st, so make sure you book today. You can go online, hawkinsserviceco.com. You can give them a call, 813-445-8209. They handle plumbing, electric, AC, even pool repair. One call really does handle it all. And if you let them know you heard us talking about them on The Bone, it's your first time using Hawkins, 10% off the top. Go now. Give them a call.
I know you still living your life after that.
You're listening to Senning Show on 1025 The Bone. Summer is here, and it's time to take that weekend getaway to Vegas, or maybe book that Alaskan cruise. But maybe inflation has kicked you right in the wallet. Well, leave it to Mike Calta to cancel his new order of 14 refrigerators just to give you the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Listen for the keyword every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get it and enter it in the free 1025 The Bone app, and you could win $1,000. That's $1,000 that you can use towards a beach vacation, or to buy your own refrigerator, or to just buy a bunch of beer, stay home, and drink them. You know, like a staycation. It's the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday from 1025 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
Ah, La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Are you ready to elevate your social game? This is John Senning here for Kava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, your go-to spot for fun and relaxation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not just any hangout. It's a community social club with incredible weekly events. On Wednesday, karaoke night, where you can unleash that inner rock star. On Thursday, test your knowledge with trivia night. Great questions, great prizes, and even better company. You need some relaxation? Well, treat yourself on any one of their many massage nights and let your stress just melt away. Showcase your talents at open mic night or strategize with fellow enthusiasts with the ever-popular Sunday Chess Club. The night market is a must-visit with local vendors, delicious food, and handcrafted goodies that are sure to make it a night to remember. Dive into the amazing events going on at Cavo Social Club today and visit them online at thecavasocialclub.com and on social media at Cava Social Club. Cava Social Club, where your vibe attracts your tribe. Boola, baby!
At Jerry Ohm CDJR, you pay what we pay with employee pricing during the 4th of July sales event. Get new cars with 0 down, 0% APR, and no payments for 90 days at the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S. Tampa is Ohm Country. Online at jerryohm.com. Call 1-800-210-6286 for complete details.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you're thinking about selling your home, what is keeping you up at night worried? Will I sell it on time? Will I leave money on the table? What if I can't find a home after I sell my home? Jeff Borum of Team Borum with the XP Realty has the solutions for all of those worries. Leave the worry to Jeff. Google Team Borum or go online to jeffborum.com. That's jeffborum.com and start packing.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Our huge 4th of July celebration is on at every Crown Automotive dealership with star-spangled savings on the new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV you need. We're loaded with inventory, but these very special Independence Day offers are good through July 4th only. That means you only have 4 days left to save like never before. Hurry to our huge 4th of July sale and let freedom at the Crown Automotive dealership of your choice. The better way to buy and service.
This hour of Senning Show is brought to you by Hawkins Service Co. One call handles it all.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. It's time for John's Choice with your host, John Senning.
My sweet summer's gone. She left me here with sand in my bed. She played me all night long, but I do it all over again. Whoa. My sweet summer's gone. And all my men, she made it.
Welcome back to Senning Show on a 4th of July week. Hopefully you got some fun plans. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. And every afternoon at 3 o'clock, we invite the new proud papa of a legend around Tampa Bay. You know him as Medicine Man. His biological or adoptive father, Drew Garabo, in the building.
I read something really funny on the Bone Facebook yesterday. This guy's like, God, Garabo can't even wait for his own show to start, so he's got to go bust in there with John and Dizzy.
That is the thing. Yeah, we lock the doors and we've changed the locks, and he finds ways. He finds ways in.
Sorry,
but that's not actually what's happening here. I don't think we talked on the air much about Medicine Man and seeing him at that show.
Yeah,
it's so weird because you hear him on the air for so long, and he's kind of this. He's left you those messages forever, which are annoying, and you just kind of have this idea of who he is. And then you see him out in public, and he just has this endearing presence. Like, he's just this sweet, aloof old man who clearly just loves music more than life itself. When we were up front for a bit, he was in the row right behind us. And I just kept looking back, and he's just got this big, cheesy grin on his face, and he's looking around, and people come up and say hi to him. He is truly a local legend in so many ways, for as annoying and abrasive as maybe he's been in the past. I know, with calling your voicemail at least 500 times.
Yeah, he's a freeloading panhandler. I don't care for the voice messages. I didn't care for him calling me Drew Garabo.
Oh, he would do that.
Oh, excuse me, every time.
It gets you emotional.
I got an almond in my throat.
I didn't know. Well, first of all, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Hey, Drew Garabo, it's Medicine Man.
Dude, he's really had what seems to be a run of good pub. Like there are these Facebook groups that watch him, and like music groups that talk about him. And did a local media just do something about him? Was it the Tampa Bay Times?
Maybe.
I feel like somebody, like, he's kind of getting a good run as this local figure that is almost a little mascot of the music scene in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, because all those things that I said went right out the window when I was walking with Sarah, and I saw Goth Grandma coming down the aisle, and I'm like, oh, you got to get a picture with him.
Yeah. He just, there's something, and everybody who comes up like, oh, did you see Medicine Man's here? Like, when he's somewhere, everybody's talking about him, and it must be a big moment for you to now be his official caretaker here in Tampa Bay.
Well, it didn't come without a cost, John. We had to give up Everett, and then tomorrow we got to break the news to Jacob 2 times that we traded him plus a first-round draft pick to the Mike Calta show.
Yeah. So to me, does that I did not I did not hear. So Mike called you yesterday.
He did.
Was that all were you under the impression that he's maybe gotten a little softer on Everett? Like, does he want Everett?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no, not at all.
So this was more of just him wanting to get rid of Medicine Man and less about him wanting to bring Everett into the fray.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't want Everett, but Mo came up with the great idea of, we let Mike have Everett and Jacob, and we take Medicine Man.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but I did hear that they're putting together a big comedy jam for the morning show. Oh, and Everett will be headlining.
Oh, good.
So
can't wait to see that.
I think they were just waiting to break the news to Johnny B that he's opening for him.
Yep, that's what I heard.
Opening for Everett. That'll go over well.
That's a joke, Johnny. It was a joke. It was just a joke. Just a joke.
Where's the juice? What'd you do? Did she quit?
She did quit.
Oh,
she did quit.
Way to go, John.
It was funny. I texted you earlier, and I mentioned at the beginning of the show. It was so funny because the guys over at Tywalk Henry, it's opened up the bone for him because he can never really listen live. So he started watching the shows at night on YouTube, and when he immediately said something about are you okay? Or something, and I was like, why'd you ask that? And he said something like, I can't believe that lady. And at this point, I have no idea what he's talking about.
Right.
And he goes, I'm on your side totally. I don't know why she came at you like that. And immediately, I kind of picked up what he was laying down. But yeah, she left the state, from what I understand. She said that
she's Epstein Island, right?
Yeah,
or Epstein Mountain, whatever you want to call it.
It something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
For some reason, I don't know why, if you're supposed to talk about that place.
What,
do you know
Epstein
where she
Mountain?
is?
Well, if you're not on the flight list.
Do you know where she is?
I
don't know. For some reason, I've been felt like I shouldn't talk about it. But years ago, I feel like they were posted pictures about it and stuff.
In Montana?
Yeah, that
Never
whole
heard
thing.
Of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big, it's a who's who of, well, you must have heard of it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Because it's the, what's the big famous people?
DeBartolo?
Yeah. They put it on, and it's like a who's who of everybody goes to this big ranch in the mountains and, enjoys
Do they
times.
bring the mass with them, or the mass provided? That's my question.
That's a great question.
The opinions of Dizzy are not that of Senning Show, and if, the Illuminati must bring the hammer down on anybody, have it be that man.
Oh, Henry, if you heard me talking about a different Thai restaurant last week.
Oh, did you talk about it?
Just for, it was only for radio purposes. I would never.
It was so funny because that was my main thought, is that I knew you went to that new Thai place, and I didn't think that you had talked about it on the air just in case, and now he probably definitely knows about it.
I got the one instead of level 1, I got level 2 red curry, and
is that not like second Thai hot?
Oh,
just
no,
like medium.
1 is pussy, 2 is barely above that, 5 is like your level.
Yeah.
I got 2 and could barely eat it.
That's another thing. I was touting them so strongly, and I really want like a local influencer to go there and give them a proper run and have people coming from all around the Tampa Bay area to try them, because they're very, very good. Family owned, been there forever. They do the spice to me in a way that I have not experienced anywhere else. When it comes to just burning you, I think Natalie's is in the conversation for spice.
Oh, yeah.
But every time I get food from, like, you have these real fresh little peppers in there, and the hotter you get, you notice the peppers look a little different. I just think they just do a great job. And I will say, we were always talking. We've seen some days in there where they were slow, and you always never know. They're raising the rent in these plazas around here all the time. Absolutely packed today.
Great.
Maybe the first time I've been in there where there was not an open table. Like, they were absolutely packed, and I don't know what to attribute that to, but keep it going, because
I would say you, because you did have the crowded table, and now they got crowded tables.
That is I think there may be a connection between those two.
John, I don't know if I've ever asked you this. Do you like or not like Indian food?
I love it.
People not so much.
I love it.
I knew that.
I love it. It's not like front of mind. I don't have a spot. And I think in a lot of ways, I don't know what to order. We got some a few months ago, and I think I just got like the butter chicken, which I think I need to get outside of my comfort zone and try other things, because from what I understand, they also do a lot of spicy stuff and a lot of things that I like. I just don't know where to go or what to order. And, Danielle doesn't eat a lot in the way of meat, so if we're ordering out, I have to figure out what she's going to eat too.
Yeah, I just saw right before I came in with you guys that the Indian restaurant by the West Shore Plaza that's in the gas station, like there's a BP there, and there's I guess a highly touted Indian restaurant there, one of the best in the area. They're finally moving out of the gas station, getting their own standalone restaurant spot.
I need to start trying it more. I need to start peppering it in. There's nothing that you like?
Like, it's the only cuisine on the face of the planet Earth that just, whether it's the spices, the meats, butter chicken, I other than naan, the bread, I don't like any.
Does it hurt you?
There have been a few incidents, where I've eaten it and there have been repercussions.
Dude, I got a story in the joints here near the end, probably in the next segment, about something that you can't really eat, and if you did, it would your tummy wouldn't be the only thing hurting. Good.
That was the way
that came out.
That was nice.
I almost sent this to you over the weekend, and now we're in a little bit of restaurant talk here. Pepe's Cantina. Does that register with you at all?
It sounds familiar.
So somebody posted on the neighborhood Facebook page over the weekend, I'm looking for really good Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, almost all of them immediately start firing off this Pepe's Cantina. And I feel like I'm fairly in tune with Mexican spots, specifically in St. Pete, in and around where we live. So I do a little bit of research. And the main reason I'm asking you, not only because it's supposedly off the chain, it's a small Orlando restaurant that just put their first location over here in St. Pete.
Was it in Orlando? Was it Don Pepe's?
I know. Well, nothing's leading me to believe that.
Okay.
Pepe's Cantina. And Winter Park, Oviedo, Avalon Park, St. Pete. So it's a small little chain over there, and now it's here. Dude, but the real thing that I wanted to, this is majorly up your alley.
All right.
Dude, they have let me see if I can bring up the menu.
Fajitas?
Dude, not just fajitas. Come on. Their seafood fajitas
that is my jam.
You would probably need to tweak it just a little bit.
Okay.
Let me tell you about these. So these people do not pay us, and I've never been there, so if you go there and you don't like it, that's your problem. They have a premium fajita section.
Go on.
The Del Mar.
I like what I'm hearing.
But there's just one thing that you're going to
have. If it says tilapia, then
No, not that.
Oh,
not
is it
that.
octopus?
tender and perfectly seasoned grilled octopus, shrimp, and mahi-mahi mixed with grilled onions, peppers, and tomatoes.
Gonna have to have them hold the octopus. Other than that, I get people love octopus. They're just such brilliant creatures.
They have a wild looking menu. I'm gonna have to try and make it in there in the next week. I thought maybe that they were like an institution in Orlando that I just never heard of, and I also don't know how. Seems like they've been here for months on end and have flown under the radar. They're over near. They're also kind of off the beaten path on 3rd in like the Kenwood area. They're right next door, I think, to the original Gateway Subs.
Oh, okay.
So that little plaza is becoming the thing. Not downtown, not really on a main road. But Pepe's, again, I don't know anything about them, so if they suck, that's on you.
If it is related to Don Pepe's in Orlando, then it's got to be good because they in Longwood forever.
I didn't see a Longwood. Can we have a little caw talk for a second?
Let's
because
get it.
There's a couple things going on in the bird world that I'd like to discuss. First of all, I don't know if both of you saw it. I now have 6 parrots at my house this morning. It was a grand moment.
You don't really have parrots. You got parakeets.
Oh,
I will tell you,
that's a true caw over there.
They surely
hate to be actually
as far as presentation though, they've got parrot vibes.
They present as parrots.
They do present as parrots, and it was just I don't know if they're going to be around forever, but so I think the video that I posted on my Instagram story, we had 4. Shortly after that, we had 6. So I don't know if we're going to be just like a stop on the map.
Oh yeah,
but big news in that at our feeders, and then secondly. The mystery duck situation at the front door.
Very strange.
Have you been seeing this duck every day?
Yeah, when I left yesterday, it was just chilling there.
Same.
The day before, a couple of days before, it was with its whole family, though, right? Under a car with its little babies.
See, I don't know what happened. I think that's a different duck.
Yeah.
Because we had a duck that lost its babies in the drainage thing over here, and then somebody rescued them. And then I believe that duck that's out there now looked like it was sitting on its eggs. It did not move from behind the bush for a week and a half. People were bringing it water and stuff. Now that duck is just standing in front of our front door going on 3 days straight. And I can't figure out if she's still, do you think she's waiting to drop the eggs? Do you think something ate her babies? Do you think, I just don't know. She's just standing there guarding the front door for no reason.
Yeah, I think someone in one of the downstairs offices fed her because there's food by her. If I had to guess, I would say she's waiting to deliver eggs.
Yeah, but it seemed like I didn't know that she was just laid out for so long.
Yeah.
You would think that you would be laid out and then not get up, and now she's been up for days on end. So I hope nothing ate her babies.
By the way, I don't know if I've ever told you this, there is a parrot out at Caliente. They have it in a giant cage right by when you walk in.
Oh, really?
And it's fascinating because its name is Pedro, but it's a girl.
Does it talk?
It does, a few words.
Like, hello, daddies, hello, daddies. They do say, and I was talking to them this morning, they do say the Nande parakeet can, like when people keep them, they can talk.
That's so cool.
So, I mean, I don't know that I'm going to be able to train them to talk, but how great would it be if they flew up every morning like, hello, John, hello, John, food, John. Dude, the interesting thing about the fact that they all showed up today, I ran out of bird seed, and I was really sad because we're entering this parakeet era now. So I put because I've been putting food out for the squirrels, which is like corn and peanuts in the shell.
Yeah.
That's what they were all eating on today.
Oh.
So I don't know if there's a connection between that, but
that is so nice that you feed those squirrels. Like I think that's probably the way to go because if you try to exclude them, they're just going to steal the bird food.
And that's what happened. They would just get up on the bird feeders, no matter what I did, whether it was bird or squirrel proof or I put hot pepper flakes in it. They just lean on it and they pour it all onto the ground, and then all their squirrel friends eat it. Yeah. So now I just have this little bucket that's full of critter
food.
I was trying to come up with a better name. Critter crack.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and now the birds are eating it, so everybody's on the same page. John's Joints brought to you by Bubble Down Car Wash, really, truly the greatest car wash in the whole wide world. With summer being upon us, that means there's more things in the universe that are working against that clean car. We've got rain coming through every afternoon, pretty much. You're going to the beach. You got sand all in those nooks and crannies. You need to think about the unlimited membership plan at Bubble Down, which means you can go through as many times as you need to keep your car like brandy new. They've got locations in Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, Wesley Chapel, as well as a new location on US 19 in Palm Harbor. Amazing staff. They're always going to make sure everything goes as smooth as possible. Get in there today, and you will have the cleanest car in town every time. Yuba, Bubble Down. The saga of the Clearwater Ferry continues. A family of 6 is suing Jeff Knight. The family was on the Clearwater Ferry back in April when Knight crashed his boat into the ferry. One person died and 10 others were injured. Knight is this an update or is this an update or is this just as of right now? Knight is not facing any criminal charges.
Well, I don't know that the way they make that sounds like.
Yeah, when I read this morning, it didn't hit me as when I read it aloud that it sounds like a statement, not right now.
I would think not yet facing any if they were still out. Man, but we haven't gotten any conclusive.
Is there any onus, and it would only cause trouble if they don't have to legally do it, on the police department or whoever's in charge, the FWC, to come out and say we're not pressing charges? Because if they did that, you would automatically rile everybody up. I still think it's shady, but if you don't have to do it, if you don't have to come out and say it, then I probably understand why they didn't say it.
Yeah, I don't think they have to, but I would think there's an expectation that the FWC would say, we have concluded our investigation. And they don't even have to say no charges filed, just we've concluded our investigation.
Stephen Barnes is representing the families in the lawsuit. He gave an update on their health, saying it's been a traumatic experience for them. As you can imagine, especially with so many family members involved, they're now seeing doctors. They're going to rehab as part of the process and moving in the right direction. The lawsuit also names the company Mad Toys 3 LLC, claiming the company negligently entrusted Knight's vessel to an unfit captain and was contributing or sole cause of the collision. So does that mean that he was chartering a boat for a company?
Was that like a previous charge that he got?
Claiming the company negligently entrusted Knight's vessel to an unfit captain.
Oh, I think they mean Jeff, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of his previous road stuff and boat stuff.
New Channel A went to the address listed for Mad Toys 3, and according to Sunbiz, the registered agent for the company is Sean Knight. Sean is named in the lawsuit as Jeff Knight's son. Oh, that becomes very interesting because we always threw out there that if he wasn't actually driving the boat, the only scenario where he would say he was if maybe there was a kid involved, and we at least know that his son is involved in some way. The lawsuit lists what attorneys call decades of history of dangerous behavior by Jeff Knight while operating cars and boats. In 2004, Knight caused his car to leave the roadway, resulting in a serious accident. In 2012, the lawsuit said a passenger, and some of this we know, a passenger on Knight's boat fell overboard and drowned. In 2017, the lawsuit mentions how Knight was charged and convicted with careless operation of a vessel for letting person under the age of 14 operate it. Then in 2019, the lawsuit said Knight operated a motorboat and collided with a pontoon, injuring 3 people. Attorneys also mention his 3 separate convictions as a result of charges of operating a motor vehicle while impaired.
Oof.
This guy's a troublemaker. I mean, I don't think I'm speaking out of pocket to say that this dude is running roughshod on Tampa Bay.
Not real good at learning lessons.
Yeah, the suit makes point of Knight's history, saying those incidents were known to Mad Toys 3 and that Jeff Knight remained the active operator of the company, even though Sean Knight was listed as the member filing the company's annual reports. So are we to believe that he was captaining a boat for people that maybe he did not know?
I don't think that he did not know, but I think anytime they'd take out one of the Mad Toys boats, it was Jeff driving it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I mean, he's going to pay out his ass.
That's
really all there is to it. This is not in the stratosphere of this, except that it was a boat incident, but we never touched on it. And I'm still seeing little blurbs about the conspiracy angle on it. Did you guys see or hear about the boat in the storm in Lake Tahoe and everything that happened with it? This is going back last week, maybe a week and a half. Dude, one of the head executives for DoorDash and members of his family were all killed on a boating accident in Lake Tahoe. Ooh. And it was supposedly this insane, out of nowhere, unforeseen storm. Like, that day was beautiful. They're out on the boat, and 8 people died when a wild storm with 50-mile-an-hour winds that included snow came onto Lake Tahoe, and it flipped their boat, and almost everybody died. And the main guy is like the dude that runs DoorDash and his whole family.
So the conspiracy is someone wanted to take him out?
I guess so. It's more so about the weather. I don't know why, if Uber Eats wanted to kill him or anything like that. It's more about the weather and how this was just an unforeseen freak occurrence that happened on Lake Tahoe. where this guy and his whole entire family were killed.
Yeah, I saw, you see off Anklote, there were like tons of rescues the other day.
Yeah, I had that one yesterday, and I don't think we got to it. Not the same thing, but another unforeseen storm that comes out of nowhere and ends up taking a bunch of people out.
Let's not have any of those Thursday night, please.
Thursday. Oh, yes. Yeah, those storms, just the storms in general.
Yeah,
I thought
please.
you meant like you'd be on a boat.
Oh, no, I won't.
It's going to be very interesting. If you do not know, all of the meteorologists are tracking and trying to figure out what's going to happen with this tropical system that will probably be sitting off of the coast of Florida on Thursday, Friday, Saturday into Sunday. It's either going to form into something right off the coast of Florida and then kind of meander and stall out over Florida. Ew. The hope is that it gets over Florida and then it might develop on the other side in the Atlantic. But I think either way, I hate to say it, I don't want to put it onto the universe. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday are going to be
wet.
Are going to be rough. Yeah. But that happens in Florida. Sometimes it rains all day and then it pops up. And I'm sure that the folks over at the AMP look at the weather in a whole different way now with no lid on the amp. Oof. I'm sure that it adds a new level of stress.
Hey, but rain or shine on July 4th, hot dog eating contest, Gigawaters with this guy hosting right here.
Oh, that's this week. So it's on Friday.
It's on July 4th. Yep.
What time?
We start, I think, around 12:31. It benefits the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay. My man Nick Bassano is one of the contestants.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bassano.
Yeah.
So I was seeing some stuff on their social media. By the way, on TikTok, Gigawaters has a thing going.
Oh, really?
She sits down and reviews and shows all the food, and it is like a major. Rachel is killing it on the TikTok.
Good for her.
They've
She's awesome.
done very, very well. So are the contestants not like everybody comes like pre-picked? Because I saw a thing where it seemed like they were doing an expose on the contestants. So these people, we know who's going to be in the contest, not just show up and get in it.
I think some people can show up and pay a $25 entry fee to benefit the Crisis Center at Tampa Bay. But yeah, I know there are 6 pre-selected contestants already. One of them is female.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw. Attractive female.
Very.
Yeah.
And Sarah, she's trying to tell me not to make weenie jokes. There are going to be kids in attendance.
That's what no, weenie jokes. Yeah, I think weenie jokes are kid friendly.
Right? That's what I told her. Like even a 9-year-old kid is going to laugh at.
You got one? You got a weenie joke locked and loaded? Yeah, let's see.
Well, I'm more of an extemporaneous kind of guy. Like, I don't have any pre-planned jokes.
Get in the mood. Come on. Hey, everybody.
Oh, my God. I haven't seen somebody shoving wieners in his mouth like that since I was at Caliente last weekend.
I would say that one maybe just not completely true.
Well, the kids aren't going to know what Caliente is.
Exactly.
Well, I would say it's what you're doing with the weenies. Like, it's like...
They're probably going to be like, Mama, what's Caliente?
Fine. You guys win.
No. I think weenie. I think weenie jokes are good.
All right.
I think it just matters on what is the weenie doing in the joke.
The weenie is being crammed into mouths. That's the only thing that's happening at a hot dog eating contest.
So it's like
people are eating weenies.
Oh, he's really cleaning the weenies. Usually it's the black ones you got to watch out for with this one.
I would never.
I mean, yeah. It depends on the kids that are in attendance, I guess. The waste management community is very near and dear to my heart. You may have heard me over the years.
His dream.
You may have heard me over the years say that if I get fired today or tomorrow, I will be pursuing a career as a garbage man. So it hurts me anytime I see one of my brethren attacked or shot upon. The manager and operator of a bar in Zephyr Hills is facing attempted murder charges after he chased a garbage truck through the streets and shot the driver. Quinson Deshaun Cresson, a Dade City resident and a manager at LA Billiards, was taken into custody Monday on 2 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of possession of a firearm. According to detectives, Cresson is believed to have gotten into an argument with the garbage truck driver around 5 a.m. on Friday, June 27th in the parking lot of a Wawa gas station off Gal Boulevard. Authorities said the 2 men are acquaintances and knew each other prior to the event. The victim told police he saw that Cresson appeared to be intoxicated and suggested that Cresson go home.
At 5 a.m.?
At 5 a.m. Dude, when you're taking life advice from the garbage man at 5 a.m., you really need to, and I say that as
Go home, Croissant.
Yeah, those are my people. I can say that.
Oh, yeah.
The encounter quickly escalated. Croissant got in his black GMC Yukon SUV and followed the victims as he and his coworker got into their garbage truck. Witnesses recall seeing Croissant pursuing the garbage truck through the streets. It was during that time that Croissant grabbed a handgun and fired multiple rounds at the garbage truck. Croissant eventually crashed into the garbage truck near Dairy Road. Officials said the collision caused the garbage truck passenger side door to open, and they flew out. That worker sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The garbage truck driver arrived at Advent Health in Zephyr Hills with a gunshot wound to his right forearm. Police interviewed the driver, and he was able to positively identify the man who shot him as Croissant. Investigators also obtained surveillance video from the nearby businesses and dash cam from an independent witness that showed key elements of the incident.
So they were following the the guy, Croissant, from stop to stop, just hassling these guys.
Yeah, I would love to know if he was picking up trash as it was happening.
And what's a max speed on a garbage truck? Like if he's trying to get away and he's got it floored, can they go over?
62 miles.
Thank you.
No. Thank God this wasn't one of the trucks where they had somebody riding on the back, because that person would have been dead.
Oh, no doubt.
And that is my dream. Just
so ride on the back?
He wants to be the guy.
I want to be the guy. Yeah. Which, through the pussification and technology advancements in our society, now you've got these big arms.
Yeah.
We've lost our brothers and sisters that used to ride on the truck like the good old days. So, I'll have to go. I know in some more rural areas, you still get a guy that rides on the back.
You don't think it's like a claw machine? You don't think that would be fun though? Every time you do a claw game, yeah.
He's into it, riding on the back.
No, I want to ride on the back. Yeah. It's really not negotiable. I mean, it's not up for debate. I need to ride on the back.
That guy's name makes me think of the pleasure I had in watching you eat your first ever Burger King croissant.
Croissant. Dude, I think about that more than
me too.
That was a damn fine. Dude, I think it was the last time I had one.
From Burger King?
From a Burger King.
He had never had one before.
Yeah.
It was like 6-7 years ago. We were out in Ruskin for something. We were early, and we swung by, and we got him a sandwich, and I got to watch the whole thing. God, what a delight those things are.
Dude, I noticed after I had that, last time we went up to Michigan, I have no idea why, the sausage croissant seems to be a staple in Michigan. Like all the little gas stations and party stores and stuff all had like warm sausage croissants for breakfast in the morning.
Delight.
It really, something about just kind of like the croissant
Flaky.
and the sausage all kind of melt together into just one new entity that is the sausage croissant.
What year do you think Burger King came out with the sandwich? I'm going to go.
I feel like that's a question fit for you. I'd say if I had to guess, 87.
Yeah. I'm going to say 85. Because I think I worked at Burger King in 85, and I believe we had them then, and they may have just come out.
What did you say?
85.
What did I say?
87.
83. It was part of a menu expansion aimed at differentiating Burger King's breakfast offerings from McDonald's.
Definitely
now, you're
worked.
a big-time BK hater.
Yeah, BK's trash.
Oh, he hates BK.
Man, the BK
so
Lounge
trash.
is where it's at.
BK Lounge. What the hell is that?
That's Burger King.
What do you think about breakfast, though? If you had to go breakfast or burger.
French toast sticks or
Oh, no,
sandwiches.
I'm not going for no French toast sticks if I'm going to get breakfast.
But would you rather have burgers or breakfast?
Burgers or breakfast?
If you had to eat Burger King.
Burgers.
Okay, good. That makes me feel a little bit better. That was the thing, dude. It was a very short run thing. I've told you this a million times, Drew. When I was in high school, Burger King launched a Burgers for Breakfast campaign, and they would open up at like 7:00, and they were pushing. You can now get your burger for breakfast, and the amount of triple cheeseburgers from Burger King that I ate before 8 a.m. should startle.
Johnny.
Dude, I'll never forget. I killed a triple cheeseburger from Burger King for breakfast one day, and then I had gym class as my first class.
My God.
Dude, and we had to run a mile. No, it gets better.
Oh, no.
Dude, I ran my best mile ever that day, and I remember just being so convinced that triple cheeseburger from Burger King is what fueled me to success that day. It was like a 750 mile, and I was usually like 9:30. And
powered by BK.
Powered by BK.
They should have had that.
Yeah,
Have your way.
endorsement.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you I'm trying to save BK. If they would hit me up, we could save BK.
Yeah, he's Save Our Kings.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Oh, that's good. I don't think I've ever had a triple cheeseburger in my entire life anywhere.
Well,
do they still have that?
I'm sure.
Just got to ask for it, brother.
Wendy still have the triple?
Yeah. I think Wendy's highlights the triple more than anybody else. Everybody's got a triple.
What do you mean? You
McDonald's
just
don't have no
that.
triple.
Oh, yes, they do.
McDonald's got a triple.
Dude, yes.
Triple cheeseburger.
Yes.
At McDonald's.
Yes.
But you got to ask for it. It's off menu.
Yeah.
Secret menu item.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not off menu. You go up and you say, hey, can I have a triple cheeseburger meal? No pickle, no onion, extra ketchup with a Coke and a fry. Let me get a side of hot mustard.
And they won't go, you mean a double?
No.
Double add a cheeseburger.
No. Those patties are so small. I mean, it's not like we're talking about a big old barbecue style patty. Like those really 3 fast food patties is equivalent to 1 home style patty.
Triple cheeseburger at McDonald's.
I will say Wendy's is killing it with the breakfast.
Who is?
Wendy's.
Dude, a lot of people love Wendy's.
On your face.
Dude, a lot of people love Wendy's breakfast. I don't even think I've had it one time.
Well, they got like a breakfast Baconator or something?
They do.
Oh.
Yeah. That and Taco Bell. That's
I've
breakfast.
not had Wendy's breakfast.
Yeah, I was on the Taco Bell thing for a second. All right, let's step aside.
Oh, fine.
We've gotten off the rails here. I will give you the item that Drew cannot eat that will cause bad things to his tummy. Turns out it'll also cause bad things to his mind.
Oh.
And the chain restaurant that has reimagined their menu, and it's going viral. Everybody loves it. I'll tell you what it is next. As we dig into a few more of John's joints.
Triple cheeseburger, McDonald's.
Oh, you're damn right. But before we do that, we love telling you about Win Derby right here in beautiful St. Petersburg on Gandy Boulevard. People have been making memories in this spot for decades upon decades. They filmed countless movies there, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's an institution, and you can play table games like you haven't anywhere else. $5 minimums and free cocktails while you play. You've got to check out Win Derby.
Making memories. Forget about that nonsense. Make yourself some money at Derby Lane. Sit down with a group of strangers or friends. You know, a stranger's just a friend you haven't met. And win some money. Progressive jackpots, regular jackpots. You got 7-card. You got Hold'em. You got all kinds of card games and free cocktails while you're playing select games at the legendary Win Derby at Derby Lane.
And if you're thinking, well, Drewski, I don't really know how to play Ultimate Texas Hold'em, but I want to. Well, Win Derby has made it very easy. They put up these giant murals that explain all the finer points of the game so you can know even if you really don't. It's a great spot to host your next event, whether it's for the office or for just a big crew of friends. You've got to check them out. Get everything you need to know online at win-derby.com. It's win-derby.com.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Elysian Space Dust IPA presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, a free show Friday, August 8th at Janus Live. And you guessed it, it's all grunge all night with some of Florida's best tribute bands, including Nirvana, a tribute to Nirvana. In a Nutshell, a tribute to Alice in Chains. And Still Alive, a tribute to Pearl Jam. It's a free show, but you need a ticket. Ask your bartender for an Elysian Space Dust IPA and free tickets at Eddie's Bay Pines, Knockin' Boots, Bourbon on Main, Brulin's, and Ferg's. The show is 21 and up. New bands with the classic grunge you love. St. Pete Grunge Fest, August 8th at Janus Live. Presented by Elysian Space Dust IPA and 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
High wind advisory in effect, so caution on your Bay Area bridges. Up in Wesley Chapel, we have a delay over an hour still due to that crash, which has at least the right lane blocked northbound I-75 around State Road 54. This will back up traffic to County Line Road and beyond. Neighboring roadways seeing increased volume as well. 301 north approaching 56 backed up itself around Zephyr Hills South. Westbound I-4 in Tampa approaching the 275 interchange back to the Salmon Connector. About a 10-minute delay northbound 41 approaching Gibsonton Drive. Back stop and go beyond Sims Road. Road work there. This is Eric in the Farah and Farah Traffic Center.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Where exactly do you think you're going? You're abandoning me, your beloved, exquisitely plush couch. Look, these feet are handcrafted mahogany. Put their Heinekens back. Do you really want to go to that concert? Wouldn't it be infinitely better to stay here with me? Look, I have a perfect imprint of your posterior. Please, don't go!
Don't listen to your couch. Head to a concert with some friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Brandon Ford's Red, White, and Blue sale. Oh, it's big. Big inventory. Big selection. Massive discounts. Truckloads of new vehicles are arriving every day. Our biggest inventory ever. With no tariffs. Just historic low prices. New 2025 F-150 STX Super Cruise as low as $38,995. Save over $12,000 on new, loaded 2025 F-150 XLT 4x4s. Save as much as $22,000 on new 2025 F-150 Lightnings. Plus APR as low as 2.9% for 72 months. New 2025 Escapes at over $11,000 off MSRP. And new 2025 F-250 and F-350 Super Duties, including dualies, at $100 over factory invoice with a free custom spray and bed liner. It's the Red, White, and Blue sale. Only at Brandon Ford, the largest volume Ford truck dealer in America. On Highway 60 and 301 in Tampa. And at BrandonFord.com on approved credit. No bull, no surprises, real prices.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Raise a Big Daddy mug this summer at Hooters. Bud and Bud Light Big Daddies for just $6. Or Mick Ultra for $6.50. Big beers, better deals. Only at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
Our huge 4th of July celebration is on at every Crown Automotive dealership with star-spangled savings on the new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV you need. We're loaded with inventory, but these very special Independence Day offers are good through July 4th only. That means you only have 4 days left to save like never before. Hurry to our huge 4th of July sale and let freedom at the Crown Automotive dealership of your choice. The better way to buy and service.
At Bernetti PA, if you've been injured in an accident, we make it quick, easy, and convenient to hire us. You can rest assured that somebody is on your side. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we make mattress shopping easy. We offer our lowest and best price to everyone, every day, so you can shop when you're ready. We show you exactly what's inside of our mattresses so you can see and feel the quality for yourself to ensure you're getting the best value. And we offer a no-pressure shopping experience. Our team is here to help you find the best mattress for you. It's that easy. Visit an OMF location today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley, owner of Stingray Chevrolet, where we have completely eliminated the dealer fee. This will automatically save you up to $1,500. You have a choice because at Stingray there is no dealer fee. So when we say relax and enjoy the difference, that difference can save you a lot.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, top 1% realtor team, Keller Williams Realty. Buy, sell, or invest in real estate, commercial or residential. 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com, 917-1894, consumerqb.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Summer is here, and it's time to eat, sip, and bar hop in downtown St. Pete. Visit DTSPSummerNights.com to win a $200 gift card to some of the best hotspots, like Whiskey Exchange, Who's on First, Double and Drop, There Goes the Neighborhood, and Tequila Daisy.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
From premium steaks to juicy burgers, Wild Fork Foods has everything you need for the ultimate 4th of July cookout at the best prices. Shop today at wildforkfoods.com and get delivery to your doorstep.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com. This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Variable clouds back again with a 50-50 chance of rain. Not a washout today with highs in the upper 80s. Some evening storms, then mild and muggy tonight with a low of 78 degrees. And the rain chance bumps to 60% for Wednesday. Numerous showers and storms in the afternoon. Highs back in the upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
Sorry about that. It's been stuck in my mind, so now it's stuck in yours.
Man, I don't know what your definition of a pregame talk is, but
sorry. I'm really sorry.
I want to run through a wall for you now, John.
I'm really
hyped up for the game.
The good news is we have about 5 minutes left, so
Thank God.
You don't have to make it through much.
Jesus.
But I don't know why I told you that.
I'm glad you did.
Sorry about that.
Remind me to tell you about the video I saw this past weekend.
It takes a lot to shock me, and that put me down for a little bit. Sorry. Welcome back to John's Joints. Everything's okay.
It's not. There are monsters among us.
They are. The worst monsters are real. Stick figure at the Amp Thursday night. Let's all do the anti-rain dance. Make sure it's a nice, crisp, cool evening.
Precipitation
We're gonna be smoking when it's raining. Smoke one, put it in the air. Let the rain down like you just don't care. Well, you're fun, Joe. All right, I'm going to rapid fire these real quick so we can make way for Drew Garabo Live, headed your way in just a little over 10 minutes. Your next chance at Mike Calta's summer vacay payday comes up at 4 o'clock as well. Drew Garabo will have the next word for you. This is, I just saw this when we were in commercial break and I wanted to hit it. It's kind of surprising when you look at the cross-section of, I'm one of them, so I can say this, creepy dudes that are wrestling fans, that you don't hear more about creepy fans being creepy with the lady wrestlers. We had another one years ago. Sonya Deville was her name in the WWE, and the guy made it into her house. And I think it was over in the Land O'Lakes area. Ew. She was hunkered down. He was in the house, had been scouting out her home, and they ended up arresting this guy. And luckily, this WWE superstar was not home when the creeper came a-knocking. A Canadian man has been accused of traveling from Canada to Pasco County in an attempt to break into WWE superstar Liv Morgan's home. Court documents show Sean Aaron Chan of Scarborough, Ontario, told the immigration and customs officials he was traveling to Orlando to visit the WWE Performance Center where the wrestlers train. Well, it turns out that's not what he was doing at all. He was trying to get into Liv Morgan's home. Luckily, she wasn't there, but she started getting notifications that this guy was circling her home while she wasn't there. And also found a giant letter on this guy that they're not sharing the details of. They just called it rambling about the things that he was going to do to her. Damn. Court documents say Chan was caught on camera bypassing the neighborhood's front gate and then trying to enter the home repeatedly, as well as a barn in the backyard. He was accused of searching for a key under the doormat and then forcefully grabbing the door handle, causing the top of the door frame to visibly shake. Security camera footage showed Chan holding an AR-15 style BB gun that Morgan had left on the porch. Interesting. While trying to get into the home from multiple entry points, according to the complaint, he was arrested on June 3rd and charged with burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. Thank goodness she was not there.
Man, these dudes who get it in their head, and even ladies, because remember Letterman had that stalker that kept showing up to his house?
Yeah. God. I don't say this because I want to speak it into fruition, but as society becomes more fractured, and maybe there are more now. I mean, what do we have recently? Do we have the Jen Aniston? Jen Aniston one where the guy like tried to get into her house or something. Like it does happen fairly regularly, but kind of surprising with the walls being broken down from social media and people feeling like they're closer to their favorite famous person. You don't have more weirdos knocking on the doors and thinking that they can meet up with people when they're out and about.
Yeah, unrelated, but related to a young starlet. Did you see who Olivia Rodrigo brought up on stage with her at Glastonbury?
Was it Ed Sheeran?
Robert Smith from The Cure.
Oh, what a moment.
2 songs together.
What a moment for you and your people.
Oh.
Dude, the goth community size. The goth is cool again.
It never wasn't.
It never was?
It never wasn't. It's always been cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Dairy products might be meddling with your dreams. New research that was published earlier today in the Journal of Frontiers in Psychology surveyed sleep habits, particularly dreams, compared with other people. One of the findings, the worse lactose intolerant symptoms people had, the more intense their nightmares were after they ate cheese and drank dairy products. The study may offer some answers to the questions raised by research from 2015 that looked at the influence food-dependent dreaming. In other words, how foods affect your dreams. And not only does it negatively affect your tummy, people with a lactose intolerance who ate dairy, specifically cheese, before bed reported stronger, more disturbing nightmares when they measured the frequency of nightmares, the level of distress they caused, and how much they impaired daily activities and the duration of the nightmares across several months.
That's so interesting.
We touched on a story last week, I don't know if you heard us doing it, about they did a study that found out outside of actual physical harm, like if you're punched in your dream, obviously you're not going to feel that.
Right.
But the stress that your body goes under when you're in a horrific nightmare is the same stress your body would go under if it happened in the real world. Like what it's doing to your heart and your overall nervous system, it is the same as if it really happened to you. And ultimately they concluded that stress could take years off of your life. So if you're somebody who has nightmares all the time, it could be killing you. Long story short.
Yeah, I found a couple of times when I've eaten Kraft singles before bed, I will have really, really weird nightmares where I can't balance right, like on my feet. Like it's just, it's just the balls of my feet and the flat part of my feet. And then in my dreams, it turned out I had lactose.
You should have started with something other than a Kraft single. You would have had me up until the end because I'm like, there's no way that Drew's eating a Kraft single ever, let alone right before bed. If you'd have been like, sometimes I shave off a little piece from my fresh Parmesan wheel that I keep in my kitchen, it would have been a little.
Damn it!
It would have been a little more.
That's
believable.
when you say Kraft singles, like, it's gross.
I want to talk more about this tomorrow and get a little in depth with it, but I've teased it twice now, so I'll at least tell you. Red Lobster has changed the game after nearly going bankrupt. They have a new chief executive, Damola Adamalakun.
What?
Yeah, he's in like the youngest CEO.
Yeah, and
like 34.
He has done all sorts of new things to Red Lobster, and they're saying that the menu changes and what they've done could make it one of the quickest turnarounds for any casual restaurant. $5 happy hour where they're doing cocktails for $5, sangria flights. But the thing that everybody is talking about, and they're posting all these videos on social media and going crazy for, is the seafood boil bags.
I saw them.
So they're doing these giant seafood boils with shrimp and crab and lobster, and it's really taken over social media. And they're saying because of that, people are flocking to Red Lobster.
It's crazy they took this long to get the boil in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't had it ever. Not that it matters. What's the ethnicity of this new CEO?
I think he's a black dude.
Okay, finally. Black people will go to Red Lobster.
Yeah, right?
And I will say,
they're finally cornering that market. Yeah.
I do think
word's going to get out.
As much as that was already a thing, I do believe that the idea is to lean into that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the way. The Mariners seafood boil with either roasted garlic butter or Cajun, lobster tail, dozen shrimp, snow crab, corn, red potatoes. They got like 5 different boils. And I'm seeing them all over on social media. People are just going crazy for them. So shout out to Red Lobster. They might not be dead yet.
I used to love that popcorn shrimp as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
God, it was the best.
Dude, for me, it's the best. Like if I think of anything from there, it's the biscuits.
Oh, that's a staple for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we went as young adults, but as kids, it was the popcorn shrimp, hush puppies, and applesauce.
That was our expensive restaurant.
Oh, same.
Right? We'd be like, what do you guys want to do?
Nice.
Yeah, go to Red Lobster. Put your nice clothes on.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, like you vividly remember the applesauce from Red Lobster, or it just was there?
No, I remember it. I was a kid, so like I always got applesauce and hush puppies as a side.
They had applesauce at Red Lobster?
I mean, I'm not saying they churn their own apples or anything. I'm just saying I got applesauce with that damn popcorn shrimp.
Dude, underrated fun fact, and only if you're in the Ruby Circle would you know, Ruby Tuesdays totally jacked the Cheddar Bay biscuit.
Oh.
When we were, when they did the whole reimagine where they took all the tchotchkes off the wall and tried to make it like a little more bougie, when that all launched, they launched the cheddar biscuits. And so you got two biscuits per person to start the meal every time.
Oh.
And they were an exact ripoff of the Cheddar Bay biscuit.
How about those hops little croissants?
Dude, never
that they
had them.
Oh,
I mean, that was just, I think, because the place barely exists, right?
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I never got a chance to properly respect it. Do not go anywhere. Drew Garabo Live is coming up next. I was told Drew has a story, I don't know when he's going to tell it, that is a can't miss. So I'll be locked in. You should be locked in too. And your chance at $1,000. You want me to do the word right now? We're 2 minutes from 4.
No, I got it.
You got it?
Thank you.
Sure? Okay. Your chance at $1,000 also coming up in just a couple moments. But first, we can't get out of here without telling you about our good old buddy, Jeff Borum.
We love the guy. You will too. He's the guy you can trust if you're moving because he will help you find a new home. Then he will help you find qualified buyers for your home. Why is he doing that order? I don't know. I'm not Jeff Borum.
You know, getting married should be a time of bliss and stress-free memories. But for a lot of people, they're selling 2 homes, buying 2 new homes, or at least just looking for a new one. Don't let there be any stress in your process. Situations like this are the ones that really motivate Jeff and his team to make sure you don't have to worry about a thing except starting this new phase of your life. No matter what life brings you, you got to go with Jeff Borum.
He's the guy who has your unique situation, and he's got experience with it. Google him right now, Borham for Jeff Borum. And if you Google him right now, you could be packing tonight.
Bed, I can still hear you laughing last spring in my head. Now it's April and I hate you and I'm heading home.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone.